Hey guys, welcome everyone to the crypto analysis channel by Dragon once more, right guys? Okay, hope everyone is doing good. This is Saturday, and yeah, the market is going to be a little bit boring only. You should expect that one. The whole day it is staying in the same place uh, for now on the Bitcoin, right? We have seen that one, right guys? Okay, so let's try to understand what's happening with the Bitcoin, right? Okay, guys. So before we move on with today's analysis, last time we just yesterday I couldn't come on my live stream because like I had some important things to be done, right? So because of that one, I couldn't continue on the live stream yesterday. But right, so most probably let's try to see once more, right? What's happening with the Bitcoin, what we have planned last time, right? And how the what's the next move for the Bitcoin, right, guys? Okay, all the possible things we'll be trying to check on the Bitcoin, right, guys? Okay, so all the possible things we'll be trying to check on the Bitcoin, right? What's happening with the Bitcoin? What's expected moves, right? All those things, right, guys? Okay. So hope everyone's doing good, right, guys? So last time what we are expecting is from this levels, we were expecting a downside move, but most probably we got a move that is on upper side from this levels, right? Okay, from these levels we are expecting market to move towards downside, which our short positions aggressively waiting on a downside have become invalid for last time, right, guys? So this is what we have seen yes day before yesterday, right? So that was invalid, and from this levels I have told you all, right, not to hold an upper side because the market can move on upper side as well, right? Okay, so wherever you are planning, so you need to be careful, right, guys? Okay, this is Saturday, and most probably we won't be expecting much move, but in fact, let's see, right? So towards the 11 to 12 13 UTC, will we get a beautiful move on upper side or downside? Let's try to see that one, right, guys? Okay, so far so good, guys. Hope everyone's doing good, right? Let's try to check it Bitcoin from the weekly time frame. All right, and we'll try to see then we'll try to start going for the smaller time frame, right? Need to be hi brother, welcome. This is Saturday and hope you guys are doing good, but there was a no move, right? Maybe getting bored at home, right, guys? You guys, right? Need to be hi, welcome. How are you guys? All right. Those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit a subscribe button. All right, guys. So we'll try to understand market, what's happening around, right, together. All right, guys. Okay. If we lose together. If we win together, right? So you should know that a dragon is not a certified financial advisor, right, guys? Okay, whatever he explains will be whatever he understands, right, guys? Okay, so you shouldn't be manipulating your thoughts with a dragon's analysis, right? Okay, so it might help you to understand the market better way, right, guys? So this is what you can expect from dragon's analysis, right, guys? Okay, so make your own research, and before you react, right, always try to go on with your own analysis, right? That's more better, right? That's more better, right? So let's try to understand the Bitcoin market from weekly time frame and towards the uh, smaller time frame. Okay, guys, so on a weekly time frame, what we can see the trend, let's try to draw one trend from this levels, right? Market crash from the this levels and second levels, right? So because like Wednesday during the like a Saturday and Sunday, the market moves always very slow. So let's try to understand the market from general, right? What we can expect in the coming weeks, right? Okay, all those things, right? So expected moves, we can keep learning about that things, trying to understand all those moves, right, guys? So weekly time frame, we can see that one trend was there, and it was tried to broken out on a preside, and this is the level whereby the weekly time frame is being tested, right? You see a small crash on the downside on a weekly time frame, right, guys? Bitcoin have seen a bigger crash in this levels as well, right? Okay, whereby the weekly time frame is staying in this levels, right? Okay, so we can see that the Bitcoin have taken out the liquidations for those people who have been holding from this levels, right? Okay, for a weekly time frame. All right, guys, so most probably passing above this level one more time, then after the liquidations there would be 65,883. It shouldn't pass above this levels. If it happens to pass, then you might like to see a bigger bullish move on upper side, right, guys? Okay, so we'll try to understand this levels, right? Okay, so on a weekly time frame. All right, okay, Hossein, hi brother, welcome, guys. All right, So if the Bitcoin happens to pass above this levels, right, $66,000 on upper side, then on a weekly time frame you might like to see a big move on upper side, right, guys? This can be expected, right? Okay, before that one, right, this is the levels on a weekly time frame whereby they should give a breakouts on upper side or get a rejection from this level and try to fall one more time towards the downside. This is what we can see it, right, guys? Okay, so most probably we'll try to understand only this levels, right? Okay, so whether this levels is trying to get a breakouts or not, right? Or only this levels will be trying to understand it, right, guys? Okay, for a weekly time frame moves, right? Okay, so this levels will try to understand, right, because the market have tried to breakouts on upper side from the trend, right, making a trend. This is the retest phase for the bigger time frame, that's a weekly time frame, whereby you can see the price is getting congested in one side. It is not giving a huge move on upper side or downside. This is what we have seen, guys, right? Yeah. Okay, so far so cool, right? So let's try to understand a daily time frame as well, right, guys? Okay, so daily time frame. All right, so this is the retest phase whereby we wanted to study it, right? Okay, so we make sure that this levels is not crossed, right, guys? Okay, so if it is crossed, then the weekly time frame will be expecting a breakout. That is, a weekly time frame breakouts was there, and we can see we are right now looking only from the positive, the bull side perspective only. All right now. All right, okay, first let's try to understand this one side perspective, what the Bitcoin is going through, right, guys? Okay, so this is the breakouts on a pre-side, and this is being retested in this levels, right? At the same time, we can see that W pattern is formed in this levels, whereby there can be liquidations one more time towards the downside, and market might like to take out. But at the same time, if we check on a weekly time frame and come back to the daily time frame, breaking out from these levels, we can see a very huge move on upper side, because that will be the confirmations on the breakouts, right, from the trend, right? Okay, so this is the breakouts, right? So on a weekly time frame, we saw a bigger breakouts, right? This is the breakouts, and this was all retesting this phase, right, guys? Okay, and we can see that if it happens to pass through above these levels, then weekly time frame is expecting the breakouts towards the upper side, and market might have a good potential to move on upper side, right, guys? Okay, so this can be expected. At the same time, on the downside move, right, if it happens to take the liquidations from these levels, so you might like to see a crash towards the downside, right, guys? So most probably in these levels, if the market happens to pass through, right, we can expect at least market to move towards $65,933. This can be seen right now because it's trying to test this level one more time, right, guys? Okay, so on a daily time frame we can see that, right, if it happens to pass on upper side, right, okay, there can be a bigger move moving on upper side. This is what we can see, right? Okay, so for now, right, market, if it happens Saturday and Sunday, if it happens to test this levels on the top, right, most probably we'll be expecting this levels to move for the market to move till this levels, right, guys, on upper side, right? Okay, so let's try to see on a smaller time frame. That's a 4 hours time frame. So we'll try to study now, right? So in this levels, right, in this levels right now, we'll try to understand this levels. Firstly, now forget about everything. So this is the levels whereby the market can go up to, right? Okay, so let's try to delete these things, right? Okay, so everything is deleted now, and let's try to see the trend, right, in this levels. We are just focusing on the trend right now. All right, okay, because like we have been in a bigger time frame. All right, so price actions, it might be a little bit difficult for us to understand the price actions, right? Okay, so most probably, even if we see on a retest phase, right, okay, 4 hours retest phase, right, okay, we can see that the market have again tried to break out on upper side, right? But in fact, we can see that the good retest was not given from the bottom, right, on a 4 hours time frame. This is the trend that you have on a downside. Market was moving its direction towards the downside. Suddenly we can see that a market is trying to break out again one more time on the upper side, right, guys? Okay, one more time on upper side, right? Okay, let's try to understand. Okay, just to understand firstly. Okay, first let's try to understand. So market, we can see that the market have reached to this levels right now. It is still in the average of the trend. Market have tried to break out the trends, the normal trend. It was flowing towards downside, and market on the recent week, right, we can see that the market have broken out on the upper side and try to stay in upper side. But in fact, similar like breakouts, right? Whenever there is a breakout, there should be a retest, right? But the retest that we can still expect towards the downside, right? So retest was not done properly in this level. This is what we have seen, right? On a bigger time frame, if you try to check it out, right, guys? Okay, so we are checking on a daily time frame, on a weekly time frame. If it happens to break above the $66,000, right, to $66,200 on upper side and stay above, we can see a very good move, huge move on upper side, right? So this is the level whereby the market can retest, right? So we can expect market to move till Sunday to those levels, right? $66,476,000, right, guys? Okay. Amina Shafan. All right, 62,000, then up maybe. Yeah, that's also possible, right? Okay. So we can see that market have tried to break out a small 4 hours time frame as well, right? Okay, the trend was direction was changed, right? Now we are having a directions on upper side. Market is aggressively trying to push you on upper side, right, guys? If you happen to see these levels, right, guys? Okay. So this was the move that the market was making on a downside, right? Let me delete this one as well, right? Okay. So market was moving on aggressively on a downside, right? Okay, but market have broken out on upper side from this levels, right? Okay, and no good proper retests have been done in this levels, right? Okay, so most probably, guys, so market have a two opportunity till Sundays, right? Sunday and Monday, right? Either the market till Mondays, right? Monday midnight it should fall all the way towards downside, or till Monday, right? Monday midnight, right? Market might like to give you towards the direction towards 66,000. So let's mark that one, right, guys? Okay, if the market happens to move in a precise direction, $66,532 can be a potential move that we can see, right, guys? Okay, and for a bigger time frame, a big downfall can be seen, right? Okay, okay, for a downside. But if we try to mark the recent one, right, in this trend, right, let's say that we never knows, right, whether the market will try to break down from this trend, the rising trend, the change, the trend that it have done, right? Okay, will whether the market will be able to break down from those levels towards the downside or not, right? Okay, so firstly, till these levels we can it's at least again expect, right, guys? Okay, so market can move to the $62,000 $700, and one is towards $66,359, right? Two levels we have on the trend right now. We are just checking on the trends right now, right, guys? Okay, so if it happens to come down to this levels, that's well and good. From this right now, we can see the market is just at the middle of the trend. It can give you the directions towards the upper side as well as the towards the downside, right? So you should understand these things. Very good analysis. Thank you, Amina Shafan. All right, okay, let's try to understand the market first. Then we'll try to figure it out what we can do it, right? So two levels, right? And from these levels, if it happens to hold up, then we are going for the bigger weekly time frame breakouts, retest done, right? Confirmations, then you'll see a very big move moving an upper side, right? So market has a potential to move between those two levels right now, right? Either we can expect these levels or these levels, right? Okay, so market is just at the middle of the trend right now. All right, guys. So lastly, so what we will try to do is we'll try to understand these levels right now. All right, okay. So we'll try to understand this average levels whereby the market is giving you a small move on upper side. Market have broken up the trend, right? So it was previously on a downtrend, and market on a bigger time frame, right? We can see that trend have broken out, right, guys? Okay, so previously market was moving in a downside. For finally market broke out the trend from these levels, right? And it is giving a uptrend from these levels. We are expecting market to move towards downside, okay, in this levels, right? Okay, to fill up the gap of the retest that it have, right? Okay, so higher the Bitcoin goes, right, if it happens to come for the retest, right, if it in case if the market happens to Bitcoin happens to break down below this levels, you'll see a bigger drop on a downside. This can be expected one levels, right? Okay, so we after this levels only, after clearing out this levels only, it will be easier for us to make our setups, right, for either that is for the longs or shorts, right? For the longs, if it happens to break out from these levels, it will be easier that it is breaking out a bigger time frame, weekly time frame. so that we can keep moving for the long side again and again, right guys? Okay, so on a downside, so this is the levels that we can see. Let me now, if you have understood the directions, right, let me try to delete these things, right? The directions that we are having an uptrend right now. All right, hope that is understandable to you all, right? Birkabai Kumar, hi, welcome. Where are you from, guys? Where are you from? Those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit a subscribe button and say hi and where you're from, so that I can remember you from next time as well, right guys? Okay, so right now what you can see is market is usually on a Saturday and Sunday, it always does something like this only, right guys? Always market gets stuck in some critical point whereby lots of confusion will be given to the people. So usually lots of professional trader, they don't like to trade during the weekends, right guys? Okay, so understanding the market is always good, right? Okay, so whatever we do it, we firstly try to understand the market, right? Okay, if it happens to pass up, this is the levels. If it happens to come down, this is the levels that we have. So let's, with this analysis, right? Okay, so we have a two potential move, right, on a Bitcoin, right? Okay, one side is coming back to this levels, right? One side is going up on the upper side. All right. Okay, so let's try to have small price actions in this levels as well, right? Okay. At the same time, Bitcoin is, what we can see is Bitcoin on a 4 hour time frame is first higher highs have been made in this levels, right guys? Okay, for the bulls, right? Okay, so there was a small trend on a downside, right guys? Okay, small trend was formed, right? And this is coming to the next trend that the market is making, right? Okay, so in this levels, market have tried to make a small higher highs for you all, right? Okay, so market was moving in this directions, right? Now we are getting inside. All right guys, so you try to understand, right? So we are having this trend on upper side. Okay, so market firstly try to have a small pullback towards the downside, and again it is trying to break out on upper side and giving you new trends on upper side. All right, so if you try to see in the smaller time frame, then you'll see as a one trend in this levels, right, whereby the market is trying to move on upper side, right guys? Okay, so you'll be able to see this levels of one trend on upper side. Let's try to understand market. All right, firstly, so let me delete the bigger one, right? Okay, so we are coming to concrete points now, right? Firstly, we see the general, right, on a weekly time frame, and we come back to the daily time frame, and we come back to the 4 hours time frame, right? And we see the directions first, right? Okay, so what directions we have right now? All right, on a 4 hours time frame, we can see small pullback and again change the directions, right? And it try to push you on a upper side, right guys? Okay, and we can see that on a 4 hours time frame, small levels of breakouts was about to give in this levels, right? Okay, so overall on the trend, if you try to see in a bigger trend, you are at the average, but while going in this directions, right, this levels of trend directions, you are just about to get a small breakouts towards the downside, right guys? So we'll try to understand this levels only now. All right guys, only this levels we'll try to understand, right? Okay, just going with the trend analysis a little bit, right guys? Okay, let's try to understand this levels and we'll try to get inside this level. So inside, all right guys? Okay, so let me delete this one now one more time, right? So this is the small trend that we are having in this levels, right? Let's try to go on a 1 hour time frame now, right? Okay, so it's just to understand your market. All right, okay, so what we are expecting on a bigger time frame, this is the one level, this is the one level whereby the Bitcoin can go up to. All right, okay, so we are trying to understand this levels now. All right, on a 1 hour time frame, we can see that let's try to draw the trends correctly, right? Okay, so this is the trend that you see in this levels, right? Okay, so market have given you a small breakouts on a downside and from this trend, while the rising trend that you have seen, right guys? Okay, and at the same time, right, so you can see a higher highs, right? Higher highs, right? Okay, it is being made in these levels, right? Okay, so in this trend also you can see lots of higher highs being made, right? Market have been trying to push you towards the bull side, right? Okay, higher highs made, pullback given, right? Again in these levels as well, right? Okay, so higher highs given again, right? And again market is at the last top levels, whereby, all right, it is in the verge of giving you the higher highs. So will it give this levels of higher highs on upper side or not? Or it is giving you a small breakouts towards the downside, right? Trying to change a trend a little bit, right? Will it give to towards the downside? Okay, trying to understand this. All right, okay, all right, okay. So this levels, all right, so we are trying to understand now. We'll try to focus only in these levels, right? Okay, so let's forget about everything now, because like it is making one sense, we are getting it right. Market is trying to push higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, but the optimum levels that the higher highs can make is this levels, right? Okay, use there stands a very big resistance on the top, right? So will the market break above these levels or not during the Saturday and Sunday session? So this is the questions that we are having right now. All right. Okay. So let's try to now forget about all the higher highs now, guys. All right. Okay. Just trying to understand the trend analysis a little bit. All right, guys, in this level. All right. So we'll try to get inside, 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 inside. All right. Because like we know that the market have to move on upper side and downside, right? Okay, two side we have, but we should get it directions where it is more probability to move it, right, guys? Okay, so 1 2 3, all right, okay. So we can see that market have come down to this levels one more time, all right. So the optimum level of higher highs making level is completed. In fact, if the market happens to give you on a move upper side, now you have to understand is it will be either a fake outs or a liquidations, we can call it. So at the same time, that will be a retest. All right. Why? All right. Okay. So this levels higher highs, right, in the trend, it have been completed. The long side have been completed. All right. But if again market wants to move up, that will be the either giving you the positions toward the shorts and trying to move and trying to liquidate the people, right? Okay, for those who are holding a short positions, they are just trying to take out the peoples, right? Okay, so that will be the liquidations move on upper side. So in this level especially, all right, okay. So you can see that market have made your several moves on upper side, right? Okay, which have been completed, right? One two, one two, or just a second. So yeah, it was moving something like this. So three times it have given you the move, right? And this was the liquidations for this levels, and a market tried to make you the shorter positions in this levels, right? Okay, so whereby we have been aiming for the short positions in this levels, right, last time. All right, okay, but aggressively we can see on making a sideways. All right, market have been pushing a little bit on the upper side, right, guys? Okay, so this is what we have seen, right? Okay, so let's try to delete this one, right? And now we will focus only in this levels, right? This top levels. Okay, so let's try to study these levels now, right? Okay. So trend is a little bit broken, right? Again, it is trying to break out on upper side from this trend. Small pullback was given, again trying to make you all the higher highs. This is what we can expect in this levels, right? Market is about to give you the another higher high. So will it the market give it that higher highs or not, right? Okay, so we are trying to understand only this levels now. All right, guys, so only this levels we'll try to understand now. All right, okay. So it is, I think it is going to be very important for you all, right, guys? Okay. Those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, okay. So most probably we'll try to understand the top levels, right? Okay, so top levels only 1 hour time frame to get our immediate setups, right? Okay, so this is the levels that we have the lowest, right? Okay, let me delete this one, and this is the levels that we have the top, right, highest. Hope that was helpful for you all, right, to understand the market, right, guys? So we are having a last move, maybe a liquidations market might like to give you on upper side, right? Okay, so market is staying inside this box for now. All right, okay, making a small sideways levels in this levels, and market is trying to stay inside this one. So highest levels that you have seen is this levels, and the lowest level is this levels, right? Okay, if you try to understand, market have tried to break out towards the downside from this levels, right? Okay, so this was the top highest levels, right? Top highest levels, the market have made a support for you all. Market try to break out that support again one time. The retest is left to retest this level, whether the market needs to move up, right, and try to give you the confirmations for the retest on a downside, right? So this is levels what we have seen, right? So what we can expect, again, the market might like to move on upper side, playing around, right? giving you one more move on upper side can be expected in this levels, right? If you try to expect this sideways, right? So you try to understand now, forget about all the bigger things that you have, right? Okay, so let's try to understand this levels only, the maximum levels that market might like to, if market happens to move inside this sideways, right? So this is the levels that you can see in this levels, right, whereby the market can move up to. All right, okay, this gives one directions for us, right? So we are trying to understand this levels, right? Market was trying to break out from this levels, right? So market was having a small trend on a downside, a small pullback, right? Okay, and market was having this one, and market made a change the trend now, and is trying to form another trend in this levels one more time. All right, okay, so where we can expect, right, if it happens to break out on upper side, right? Okay, so market is giving you a small trend on upper side, one more directions we can see on a 1 hour time frame, right? Okay, so if you try to see this levels on a 15 minutes time frame, it will be more beautiful, right? Okay, so in this levels as well, market was having a small directions on a downside, again the market changed the directions on a upper side. At the same time, don't forget that we are at the average of the trend, all right, on a bigger time frame. All right, okay, so this is what we can see, right? And market is trying to give you a small breakout from the average towards the downside, right? Okay, and let's try to go on a 15 minutes time frame to understand the levels now. All right, okay, so 15 minutes time frame, you are trying to understand this levels, right? Let's try to delete this trend now, right? Okay, so in the trend, right, so what you can expect in this trend, right? Okay, we are totally focusing on the trend right now, though the market is in the sideways, right? Okay, we are totally focusing on the trend, right? So either market have to move to those levels, right, on upper side, smallest trend that you have, right? This is the top that you have for this levels, right? Okay, so let me delete this one, right? And let me delete this one, right? Okay, and let me delete this one. Now you see the clearly, right? So in this levels, right, market was having a direction, so an upper side move, right? So whereby the market can at least go up to this levels, right? And 15 minutes time frame, this can be expected. All right, guys. Hi guys. Nepali ho bro. Yeah, city. I'm a tech pay. App Spot. Hi. Currently market complete sideways, low volume. So any breakouts or breakdown fail. Yeah, correct. We're just trying to understand the market together. All right. Okay. So if you say speak Hindi, your viewers increase. It's okay. It's okay. I can speak Hindi as well. All right. Christian Gallery. All right. It's okay. How are you, Budani Bhai? All right. I'm good. Birka Sar Sota Karbu. Sar Sota Karbu. Or trying to understand. All right. Okay. So this levels, right? If you try to see this trend, right? So market has a possibilities to move till this levels, right? On a downside. Okay, and upper side just for the trends. Okay, we are forgetting that we have a sideways in this levels, right? Okay, now market have tried to change a small trend in this levels, right? Okay, so most probably market might like to come to this levels or go up to this levels, right? Okay, so inside the 15 minutes time frame, this is what we see. All right, guys, so far so cool, guys, so far so cool. Okay, so in the sideways also we'll try to take out some setups, right? Okay, so in this levels, this is the trend that we are, yeah, oh, sorry, all right. Okay, so in this levels, we are having this trend, right, on upper side. Okay, let's try to ignore the noise for now. All right, okay, so this is the one level whereby we can see the market moving down and moving up till this levels, right? We have two directions, all right, from this levels. So we need to see particularly in this levels, right? Okay, which side the directions market might like to give in. All right, okay, so let's try to jump into the smaller time frame, right? Okay, so we can expect the price to move till this levels as well as market try to move up to this levels, right? Okay, so in fact, if you are planning for the shorts, right, so maximum levels for the trends that we can see is this level 63,956. If market comes near 400 or 600, I definitely go to sell. All right, okay. So many views, right, guys? कितना views है आप लोग का? All right, so many thoughts, right? No thoughts, right? So let's try to understand this levels in the all right, so in this level, right, 5 minutes time frame, right? Okay, so market is giving again a small directional moves towards the direct downside. All right, from this levels we can see the market is giving a small directions towards the downside, right? In fact, overall you can see the market was in the sideways move, right? Okay, so market is about to give a small trend in this levels one more time for you all, right? Okay, so in fact when we can go for the longs, right? Okay, if those who are waiting for the longs, either you will be planning from this levels, or you will be planning once market happens to break out from these levels on a upper side, right? So this can be, so while breaking out from these levels on upper side, right, most probably you'll be checking a small retest, right? And above these levels we can target one long positions, right? Okay, on upper side, trying to target these levels on a upper side, right guys? Okay, so this is what we can see for the shorter ones, right? So since it is above the average, right? Okay, it is above the average, right? So we can expect the market to move till this levels on a trend, right? Okay, so we are just following the small trend analysis for now, all right? Okay, guys, so you should know that one, all right? So above these levels, right, market have tried to break out on upper side. At the same time, right, guys, you can see that the market is trying to make a smallest, let me delete this one, smallest sideways in this levels as well. 5 minutes also you can see the market is still moving in the sideways, right guys? Okay, so above these levels we can expect a move on a upper side, all right? Okay, so whereby in the trend you will be focusing around 0.4 percentage move on the upper side, right guys? Okay, if you try to understand these levels, right? Okay. For the shorter ones, right, for the shorter ones you can see that market is in the 5 minutes time frame as well, right? We can see that market is moving in a sideways, right? Okay, so sideways, let me mark this one of the small levels, right? Okay, where sideways, all right? So market was trying to break out on upper side, as well as market was having a low till this level, right? Okay, so whatever it have, those who are waiting for the shorter side or longer side, whatever it does it right on a downside, you're not doing anything, right? Okay, but if the market happens to come up on upper side, right, you're targeting one more move on upper side, right? And the sideways, all right, if you try to see the sideways in this levels, right guys, let me try to delete this one, right? So you're identifying this sideways right now, all right? So market is not able to give you the directions either on upper side or on downside. So market have made one sideways level in this levels right now, all right? Okay, one sideways on a 5 minutes can be seen in a small time frame as well, right? Okay, guys, this is what we can see it right now, all right? So will the market give you a small breakouts towards the downside firstly, and try to push you on upper side? Will this be expected? One thing is, one expectation is this one expectation is market directly trying to break out from this levels and trying to push you above these levels and trying to go for the maximum level of trends that you have on the upper side, right guys? Okay, so this can be expected move. So better for the sideways, right? Okay, for the sideways always we try to plan outside the trend, outside the sideways box, right? Okay, so always what we do it, right? So when it gets out from the sideways, right, you got a shorter on the scalp on a downside, right? Okay, in fact if it happens to come down below this levels after the liquidations, we can go for a big longs and a upper side, right? So we can target the scalping on a upper side. This is what we can see it right now. So will it be able to give you the breakouts and upper side or not? This is the questions, right? Market is just at the average right now, all right? Okay, so most probably we see if it happens to break out on upper side, we can see a small scalping can be trust on a upper side, right guys? Okay, so maybe then only after that only we might like to see the market again moving in a downside, right? Okay, so overall we are watching at the bigger time frame as well, right, on a 15 minutes time frame as well, all right, for the sideways that you have, right? So we are just able to get the directions, right? Either the market on a 15 minutes time frame, right, it should be moving till this levels, or market should come down to this levels, right? Okay, breaking out the trends. So will it does it have the volume to break out and retest or not? This is the questions that you're having right now, all right? Okay, So will it be able to give you all the directions after breaking out or not, right? But in fact, we can see that if it happens to hold up on upper side, we can expect the market to move till this levels on a upper side, right? If it happens to get a fake out and get a reduction from this levels, then you might like to see again a big drop, small drop down till this, till the levels of sideways that you have on a 5 minutes, right? Then only it might like to push you on a upper side. For the upper side, this is the level that we have, right? Okay. In fact, if the market happens to give you the breakouts towards the downside, and if the retest gets confirmed, then we might like to expect towards the downside, right, guys? Okay. So right at the average, firstly, what is the major important things for us, right? So first major important things can be like breaking out from this average towards the downside, right, guys? Okay. Average from the downside. Then if it happens to hold down, we can expect the price to move towards this levels. Otherwise, if it keeps going up from this levels only, if after breaking out also, if it happens to go up and broke out from this levels, then we'll expect one more move on upper side, most probably. Right, guys. Okay. All right, $64,277, right? Mm, we shot it from that levels, no problem, right? So in this levels right now, you are at the average of the trend. All right, okay. So let's see, guys, anyways, right? So one level is this levels, right? One level is this levels, whereby the Bitcoin is to move. All right, expect. All right, we can expect immediate move till this level right now. Then only we'll decide whether we will further continue on upper side or downside in the trend. All right, okay. So 15 minutes time frame, well and good. All right, okay. So at the same time, what you have seen is going back to the 5 minutes time frame, right? Okay. So 5 minutes time frame, you can see a small sideways box in this level. So most probably, I'll be expecting that if it happens to give this proper sideways, right, I'll be expecting a drop down from this levels and trying to push you towards the downside and giving you on a one side one more move on upper side, right? Okay, so we can expect that one on the smaller time frame, 5 minutes time frame, right? Okay, no use going back to the 1 minute time frame, but if you are scalping, right, to get exact entry, it might help you as well, right? Okay, for the 1 minute time frame, right? Market is accumulating a little bit, right? Okay, in this levels, the sideways box, it looks so noisy for the 1 minute, right, guys? So we'll try to understand above the 5 minutes only. All right. So you see whether the market happens to break down below this levels or break out on upper side. If it happens to break out below this levels, then we will expect the one more move on upper side, one more move. All right. Okay. So let's wait for that one. All right, guys. Okay. Overall, right, on a 5 minutes time frame, right, market was trying to make a bigger sideways box as well, the previous low and high, right, on the 5 minutes, right. This is also what we can see, right. So market has a capacity to move above this box on upper side if you try to check this levels, right. Okay, higher high. All right. Okay, higher low. All right. So market was playing inside this one. Okay, so you might like to expect the price to move above these levels, right, targeting the trend that you're having on upper side. So immediately if it moves, right, the trend, you will expect the price over here. So if it takes time, right, the higher you can expect on upper side. All right, okay. Let's see, guys, anyways, right? Okay, nothing much financial advice, make your own research before you move in, right, guys? So we can see that the market have tried to break out below these levels and again giving a pushback on upper side, right? Okay, so most probably passing above these levels, you might like to expect one more move on upper side, right, guys? Okay, nothing much financial advice, make your own research before you move in, right, guys? So that you guys don't get bashed off, right? Okay, so market aggressively, you know that the market is in the sideways as well, right? Okay, so two levels that you have, one level is this zone, one level is on the upper side. The more time it takes, the higher the Bitcoin can go up to. All right, okay, so let's see, guys, anyways, right? So far so cool, guys. So many levels that you have on upper side as well. Okay, trying to identify your levels can improve your level of understanding, right, guys? Okay, the levels that you, it is going to be the high probability for your setups. In fact, you are considering that market in the sideways, right? Okay. So I'll be expecting one more move on upper side till this levels. Okay, so one more move till this levels, right? Most probably. Let's see, guys. All right, so if it happens to break down below this levels, you are getting failed over there. All right, market is level. All right, okay. On the 5 minutes time frame. All right, let's see if it gets breakout now upper side or not. Okay, so you are taking these levels right now. All right, a little bit bigger levels and small, because it's not small ones, is for the smallest 1 minute time frame scalping, right? This levels of sideways, and above these levels, right? If you take a little bit bigger sideways, you'll see a bigger target, bigger moves as well, right? Okay. So you are trying to understand these levels for now. All right. Okay. So either market expect and try to come to these levels, or market move break out from these levels and try to push you on a upper side, right? Okay. So two things we have in these levels right now. So let me delete this one, right? So this is the breakouts on upper side, and this will be the breakouts towards the downside, right? If it market happens to break down below this levels, then you can expect the markets to, especially below this average point. All right, if the market happens to break below this average point, you can expect the market to move towards your directions, right? So far so good, guys. All right, hopefully it won't make any squeeze candle triangles in these levels, right, guys? Okay, if it makes, then it's going to be a very dirty, right, guys? Okay, if we see a triangle moves, right, the expected short positions can be also seen over there, right? That, but not sure, right? Okay, so if it makes, then only. All right, if it doesn't make, then example, I mean something like this, right? Okay, so something like this, if the market happens to make something like this for you all, triangle patterns, right? And this, we're expecting this one, market needs to drop down again, try to come to this levels, right? Okay, so most probably what we'll be expecting, guys, all right, if the market happens to move to these levels, then we will be expecting a short moves, right? If the market happens to come back to these levels, we will expect a little bit push up on upper side. All right, okay, in the sideways that you are having, right? Okay, so overall, if you try to see the trend, that pullback that you see, right? So trend, you'll see something like this on a 15 minutes time frame, right? Okay, so this is the resistance area that lots of people are going to short it in these levels. So if the market happens to aggressively plan to take out all the shots, market aggressively might like to push till this levels and upper side, the maximum levels that we can expect, right? Okay. So overall, right, so this can be also one trend for you all, right? Because of the sideways, you will get a trend from the upper side as well as the downside, right? Okay, so let's see, guys, anyways, right, what the market have for us. All right, either expect breakout from these levels and try to give you a small move on upper side and try to come down to this levels, right? So in the sideways, what we can expect is market either break down below this levels and trying to come to this levels, or try to move on a upper side. All right, let's try to see a sideways of the daily time frame as well. So we have identified, because of the trend, we have identified two levels, this levels and this levels. Okay, so market needs to move to this levels. All right, at the same time, since the market is having the sideways, we'll try to understand the sideways levels as well. All right, okay, so this is the one levels whereby let it mark with a yellow one, right? Okay, so this is with a yellow one, orange, a brownish yellow, right? Yeah. So these two levels, the two things that we are assuming right now. All right, so this levels also you are having a sideways, right, guys? Okay, this levels also you can see the sideways is being formed in this levels, right? So market have tried to come down to touch up this downside sideways, so if it happens to move up again, it might like to touch up the upper side touch sideways as well. All right, okay, so let's see, guys. All right. One level of retest is left on upper side. Okay, so this is what we have seen. So this levels or this level. Let me mark this bigger sideways with a different color again, green, right? So that you guys won't get confused. Green, right? Okay, so above these levels we'll go for the longer side, right? If it happens to break below the trend that you're having, right, you might expect a little bit downside, towards the downside. Okay, so we will be watching in these levels, right? Okay, what the market wants to do in the sideways. All right, either give the breakouts on upper side, don't enter right now, guys. Okay, so it have given a got a rejection from these levels. It should be able to pass you on upper side from this level. All right, then only you'll get a one move on upper side. If the market wants to firstly, before it completes the upper side move, if the market wants to give you the this sideways move firstly, right, then you can expect firstly touching up these points, going up to this points and upper side, right? Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's wait for this zone, all right, wherever it goes, right, for the sideways, right? Okay, so it can go up to the give you the directions towards the shorter side and move an upper side as well. All right, okay, so you have to know that one. So let's see, guys. So if it happens to directly break out an upper side, then we can expect one move to an upper side till this level. All right. Otherwise, we'll expect the market to fall back to this levels, and then only it might like to give you the complete sideways box that you will be having inside this one. So even if it is not till over here, you might like to expect at least till the $64,600 of this sideways, right? If you are trying to trade the sideways. All right. Okay, so small within a bigger sideways, we can see a small sideways that is being formed inside these levels as well. So market either firstly complete this small sideways and try to push you in a one directions, or firstly try to move on upper side, complete it, and try to again fill up this small sideways box, right? Okay, so breakouts can be seen on the upper side as well as downside, so just try to be careful. In fact, right, even if it happens to come to this directions, we can trace one sideways move. All right, trying to plan one long positions from this levels to this levels on upper side. All right, guys. Okay. So we make sure that it is getting a breakouts on upper side, getting back to the sideways again. All right, okay, inside small sideways box. All right, okay, so let's say, guys, anyways, if it happens to directly breakouts, then we'll try to fill up this levels directly. Okay, so two levels that you have inside this one, so we are focusing only in this levels. All right, okay, so two levels. Okay, so firstly, coming back to the smaller sideways box that you are having, whereby the market have stayed whole day inside this one sideways, right? Okay, whole day was inside this one sideways. Okay, so playing high low. All right, so let's see which side it will break out. If it breaks out on upper side, well and good, we can keep one more sideways. We can expect the price to move on upper side to fill up the bigger sideways box, right? Okay, so which side you wanted to plan it, you can plan accordingly to whatever you have understood, right, guys? Okay, so for me, directly going on upper side from those levels, or trying to push towards the downside, all right, and trying to complete this levels on upper side can be one level of move that I can expect. All right, okay, inside this trend. So we should be observing that whether market while coming on a downside, right? Okay, so whether it's giving a complete continuations or getting you a reversal from this point. So this point is very important for you all to understand it very carefully. All right, okay, so even if you are trading in the sideways, right? Okay, so in the trend as well, so if you have been trying to see this trend, right, so exactly you are nearing towards the average of the trend only. All right, okay, so just above the average of the trend, right? So either if you should be observing whether the market is able to give you the breakouts towards the downside or not. All right, okay, and the sideways as well, if you try to see only this levels of trend that the market is trying to form. All right, hi Amit. All right, Amit, hi, hello, hello. So two levels we are understanding it. One level is directly pushing you on to this levels, right? Or another one is giving you the move towards downside firstly, okay, completing the sideways that you're having inside and trying to push you on a upper side, right? Okay, this is what we can understand. And if it happens to break below these levels, then only we will expect a bigger drop towards the downside after a small sideways small breakout is given, right guys? Okay, so let's try to understand with the breakout strategy as well. So usually the breakout strategy gets failed in the sideways, all right? Okay, so I don't want to try it usually, right? So if you try to see the breakout strategy, right? Okay, so this was the breakouts that is being given. Small retests have been done, right? So if you are expecting the price one more move, right, so you will be retesting inside this one, right? Okay, so you will be getting a retest zone inside this one, whereby you can expect the price to move till this levels, right, and push you one more time on upper side, trying to break out on upper side, right? Okay, so this can be also expected, right guys? Okay, if you are trying to go for the higher highs, right? Okay, so this is how we understand, how I understand. So nothing much financial advice, you should understand this levels, right? Okay, so whatever, most of the time, right, Saturdays it tries to fail your price actions, right, and most of the things as well, right? Okay, so you should be, whether you're planning on upper side or downside, you should be very careful, all right? Okay, so most probably, right, in this levels, if you're aiming for the retest zone, you can plan for the shorts till this levels as well. This is what we can see, but this is sideways totally, right guys? So you should plan it according to your according to your fund, right? Risks, manage your risks accordingly, all right? This is what I wanted to say you all right? Okay, so if you just try to take the small breakouts from this levels, right, market try to breakouts on upper side, right, either it have to continue breakouts on upper side making higher highs on upper side, or try to push you complete the retest and try to go on a upper side can be expected, all right? Okay, with a small breakout strategy, right? So this is becomes a breakout strategy for you all. So whichever levels you are wanted to trade it, right? Okay, so if the market wants to respect the sideways small it is having inside this one, right, you'll see the price moving towards this zone, right? That completes the two things, right? Okay, one is retest and one is the sideways market is having, right? Okay, so it is going to complete this retest for this one, right, and that sideways of this levels, right? Okay, so let's see guys what the market have it for us tonight, right? Okay, so whatever we do, we try to go with the minimum fund as possible in the weekends, right? We won't plan it with that aggressively, right guys? Okay, so we won't be able to plan with the bigger funds. You should be able to understand, right, during the side weekends it will be, the movement will be very less, right? Okay, so it's going to be very boring, during the weekends, right? Especially on Saturday. Sunday gets a little bit better, right? Okay, so for the weekends it's going to be really really boring, right guys? Okay, so let's see guys, anyways. If it directly gives the breakouts from these levels, we can at least expect 0.4 percentage move on upper side, right? What you think guys? Will it go back on a 5 minutes up to 1 minute time frame and then we again make a sideways and move something like this? All right. So two levels in the trend, it needs to complete it, right? One level is this one level is on the upper side. If it happens to complete this sideways. So most probably planning alongside from this levels looks okay, right? Because it will complete this one trend, right, and trying to go on upper side again. A bigger sideways box. Let's see guys, anyways. So if you are planning a shots in this levels, right, okay, but it will become, you are in the sideways, right, so it will become very risky, okay guys? So below this levels, if there is no breakouts, so keeping your stop loss in this levels, we can plan for the shots as well, all right? Okay, so keeping the stop losses, right, it might like to try one more time, right? Okay, if it is not able to give you the breakouts and upper side, so this is going to be a little bit risky, all right? Okay, you're planning in a sideways, you're aiming for the retest on a downside at the same time, all right? At the same time, you're planning for the sideways of this levels, right? If the market happens to act on this levels, then you will get a good target, all right, towards the downside. Yeah. But we make sure we are having a stop loss above this levels, right? Okay, above this levels, right? So above this levels, because like if it happens to break out on upper side, right, so that can be a long positions on upper side. Okay, so this level is very important for you and the sideways as well right now, all right. So if it happens to break out on upper side, that then you're getting a longer side, right? So if the market happens to go for the retest and market wants to market wants to fulfill the sideways that it is having in this directions, right? Okay, then you might like to get moved till this levels, right? Okay, so it is about the probability on the sideways, right? So you should understand. In fact, if you are in the one-sided zone, right, you can directly plan for the one sideways move to the another sideways move, all right. So this is what we can see, right, guys? Okay, so in fact, it's not a never a good advice to plan your setups in the sideways move, guys. Okay, okay, so it's never a good thing to plan your things in the sideways move, right? Okay, so usually sideways gets lots of gives you one directions, right, one breakouts, and gives you another directions again. So only above these levels your shorts is going to be invalid, all right. Okay, if the market happens to respect towards the downside, you will be getting moved to these levels, right? Okay, so this is what we can expect in this level. So giving a breakouts on upper side can be a big move on upper side, right, guys? Okay, above these levels. So let's see whether the market will react up to these levels or not, right? Okay, firstly. So what we are aiming, it may be right or may not be right, okay, guys, all right. So we are just, if the market happens to respect this small sideways and the retest phase, then you are getting correct, all right. But if market never does that one, right, then you will be incorrect, right? Okay, so you can see the market have trying to break out on upper side from this levels, right? Okay. And market is planning aggressively on upper side, right? Okay, so got a stuck in the retest phase, right? Okay, small, making a small sideways in this levels as well, all right. Okay, so if it happens to respect the retest and the sideways of these levels, right? Okay, if the market wants to play inside this one, then you will get this move towards the downside, right? A small sideways box, right? Okay, but you can it is up to the market whether it is right, it will respect or not, all right. So we don't have volume, right, in the market tonight, right? Okay, so we don't have volume at all right. Let's see, guys, which side it will be respect, all right. But to if it happen respect this downside move, then we will be expecting move till $63,944, all right. Okay, then only we will expect a bigger move on upper side, whereby 0.8% is staying on upper side, right? So far so cool, guys. So far so cool. Hope everyone's doing good, right? So we have tried to understand the bigger time frames, smaller time frame, right? Okay, so overall market has a possibilities to move towards this zone as well, right? And this zone, right? $66,500 on a bigger time frame, all right. So whether it is going to give you the liquidations or not, that is the questions that we have. Sideways, 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 sideways में क्या चल रहा है भाईजान? So right now in the two hours time frame as well, we can see the market is just at the middle, all right. Okay, the market is just at the middle of two directions. on the 2 hours as well, right? If we follow the 2 hours, right? So it's in the middle. For the trend also, the market is in the middle, right? It has a right to move on upper side as well as downside, right? Which side it will be expecting, right? We'll be trying to see that one, all right? मेरा मन क्यों झुक जाए ये बंधन ना जाने क्यों. Hi, hi, Sanduma. All right, hi, bro. Welcome, Amit. Hi, hi, bro. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Good neighbor. Chips basho e palezage. Chips mongoya. ना जाने क्यों झुक गया ऐसा ये बंधन. Sideways boring, right, guys? Trading in a sideways is really boring, I know. Whatever you do in the weekends, try to go with the minimum fund as possible, all right? Because it is going to be really boring, okay? It's going to be really boring, right? It happens to try an upper side, standing there. मेरा मन झुक गया ऐसा ये बंधन. Going back to the entry, okay. Three. मेरा मन क्यों झुक जाए. No pullback. Let's absorb this level, okay. Whether it breaks out an upper side and holds up or not. Entry done. So above these levels, we won't be able to hold it, right? Next move is till this level, right? You have planned your shots from here, right? Above these levels, we will plan for the longs, right? In the sideways. ये बंधन ना जाने क्यों झुक गया आसमां, ये बंधन. This is 1 is to 2, okay? 0.39 percentage, only scalpings. We cannot hold very long with big targets, okay, for the sideways move. All right, it will be small profits only most of the time. Mm. ना जाने क्यों झुक गया ऐसा. Mm. कैसा है भाई लोग? हाय हाय, वेलकम गाइस, वेलकम वेलकम वेलकome everyone to the crypto analysis channel by Dragon. All right, okay. So market is a little bit in sideways on the 5 minutes as well, right? On the 15 minutes as well. All right, market is in the middle, okay. Just try to be careful. All right. प्यारे प्यारे दोस्तों, सभी को नमस्कार. नींद आती है यार sideways move में बहुत. It feels like sleeping in the sideways move, right? Not going to your target, not going to your TPs. So in this trade, a retest and a small 5 minutes time frame fulfilling the sideways. Okay. So after giving this move, हिलता नहीं है यार Bitcoin sideways, no volume. Let's expect 11 UTC, 12 UTC. Yesterday, New York session gave you all a drop, right? Let's see, okay, guys, whether the market will be able to give you the retest small sideways 5 minutes time frame fulfilling the 5 minutes time frame sideways or not. All right, if it keeps, then this will be done, and we'll target one more move on a trend on upper side, right? Okay, most probably one more move on upper side, we'll target it. मेरा दिन तेरा दिन बोरिंग बोरिंग है गाइस चलो चलोगी ना भाई चलो 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 आजा रे आजा रे आजा रे धीरे ready to lose money today as well. All right, Mota Madness, Baklulu, Baklulu, Baklulu. धीरे लगी दुनिया ने धीरे मोटो मोटा मैट ओ मैटनेस मोटा मैडनेस, ना हंसते हो यार, कभी तो रोए ही करो, ना हंसते हो भाईजान। मोटा मैडनेस, sometimes cry. Yeah, I can see it is trying to break out, but it is in the sideways. But we are expecting retest and 5 minutes time frame sideways cover up. All right, okay. We have seen the breakouts on upper side. Okay, so it's at the trend right now, middle of the trend. All right, we have seen these levels of breakouts, but the retest it have to do is incomplete over here. All right, so we are just trying for that one. Nothing much financial advice, right, guys? Okay, so in the sideways move, all right, this is the levels that you have in the retest right now. All right, in fact, if it happens to break out from this levels on upper side, then we'll target this one. Okay, on upper side, then only a retest on a downside. उसे लगी देख रहा हूँ, देखेगा यार क्या करेगा, मार्केट क्या बना देगा, देख लेगा। तो cocok zale chips turpan gay daza da ani showcase na lo chips e bana. सबर करो क्या करेगा मेरा प्यारा प्यारा भाईजान। Moto going up. Lakamari. 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 What is it? Lakamari is which language? Hindi. We cannot say going up or down. It's just small sideways. I think we can experience one more time. For me, I think maybe. Nothing much financial advice. Okay, guys, make your own research. Market is on sideways little bit. All right. So it's been creating a small sideways in this level again. All right. Okay. It can give you the directions above this level. Stays average for now. All right. If it breaks out, then might be directly getting an upper side as well. But most probably, if the market happens to respect this breakouts on upper side, retest this levels, right? Okay, and respect the sideways that you have in this level, right? Okay, so market went up for the sideways and upper side, right? If it happens to come down again, all right, so inside this one you'll get this target, right? If market plays inside this one sideways. If market happens to move without the retest from this levels, right, from the downside move, right, then above these levels you can plan long 0.32 percentage on upper side breakouts. So planning long here only will be very risky, all right, because you are just breaking out the trends, right? But in fact, if it happens to break out from these levels and if this stop loss get breached, right, then market without trying the retest, without going for the sideways in this levels, right? Okay, so inside this one you can see a full sideways, right? So if it is making a sideways, it should come to this levels, right? If it doesn't gives you any sideways in this levels, then if the market directly breaks you out on upper side from this levels, right, holds you upper side, then you will get a move on upper side. So this level is just for the retest, okay, towards the downside, and the sideways coverage of the sideways of these levels. पूरा स्क्रीन पर नहीं दिख रहा है। राहुल, नहीं, हम ये छोटा छोटा बना दिया है इसलिए नहीं देख रहे हो। हम छोटा बना दिया है, स्क्रीन ही छोटा बना दिया है यार, इसलिए नहीं देख रहे हो आप लोग। पोर्ट्रेट में बना दिया, लैंडस्केप में बना दिया तो दिख जाएगा आपका सब। पोर्ट्रेट में बना दिया हम ये स्क्रीन, राहुल जी। मेरी चुनरिया। बीटीसी क्या करने वाला है यार? बीटी 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 बीटी। Gold, let's see gold as well, right? Okay, gold was having a move above this levels, right? Gold on the Monday, right? When the market opens, if it breaks this one on upper side, then we can expect the market to move on upper side. For gold, Monday openings, right? ये वीक मेरा काफी लॉस हो गया। हम भी ट्रेड नहीं किया, थर्सडे में थोड़ा लॉस हो गया था मेरा यार। थर्सडे में थोड़ा लॉस हो गया था, इसलिए हम ट्रेड नहीं किया, कल ट्रेड नहीं लगा रहा था। पर उसका पहला 3 दिन में थोड़ा ब्रेक इवन में ब्रेक ब्रेक इवन में चल रहा है, तो उतना टेंशन नहीं है। वीकेंड्स में बहुत बोरिंग होता है मार्केट गाइस। साइडवेज, थोड़ा साइडवेज बनाने का कोशिश है। अभी रीटेस्ट, थोड़ा रीटेस्ट प्लानिंग कर रहा है नीचे का, एक रीटेस्ट प्लानिंग करेंगे बीटीसी में। पर इसका ऊपर चला गया तो वो फेल हो जाएगा, ये डायरेक्टली ऊपर का साइडवेज प्लान कर देगा। तो थोड़ा ब्रेकआउट भी देखा है इधर, और इसका रीटेस्ट होने के बाद हम लोग प्लान कर सकेगा ऊपर वाले का। गोल्ड में मंडे मार्केट ओपनिंग होने के बाद स्मॉल पुल बैक देख रहा है ये सी साइड में, स्मॉल पुल बैक देख रहा है, तो हम लोग एक लॉन्ग प्लान कर सकेगा ऊपर। We can plan one long positions in upper side, right? If it happens to clear this levels, okay? Only above this levels, all right? Downside, you won't be able to do anything, all right? So if it happens to complete this one, you'll get one move on upper side, 5% move on a 4 hours time frame, all right? Only in 4 hours time frame, I'm explaining it. क्या कर रहा है बीटीसी, छोटा टाइम में आके इधर ही इधर ही sideways बना दिया, क्या गंदा candles चल रहा है भाई लोग. What a boring candles in these levels. But we cannot expect good moves on this weekends as well, right? Okay, so we cannot expect very good moves, right? See very dirty candles been forming in these levels, right? Very dirty. Let's see when the New York around some hours left, right? Giving a push up on upper side. So if we want it, we can directly plan long from here as well with this taking a reference of this breakout. But this levels is going to be high chances of picking out as well. All right, for the longs. Okay, so high chances. So better we wait for the next move, right? When it gives move on upper side. If it gets out from the sideways, right, then it will be easy for you to trade it. Right now, a small time frame also it's staying inside the sideways, which is very bad. All right, yeah, we looks low. It looks so dangerous. You see, even in this levels, it have planned for you all the sideways. All right, within this box, right, guys. इसमें भी साइडवे प्लान कर दिया है भाई लोग. Gold what going to gold what going to the Zoxif Zoxif. I on a 4 hours time frame it looks good for the gold on a moving and upper side. All right, if it happens to give you a move, there's a small pullback, right, and it have shown that the market have tried to break out in this levels, right. If it happens to clear this levels, then we'll see a good move on upper side for the gold, right, inside this one. Market is playing inside this one right now. Okay, given a small breakouts, right, so most probably gold you can expect something like this, moving up, clear move, 4 hours time frame, move up or get down, move up or get down, this will decide. All right. So मंडे का बीटीसी व्यू. बीटीसी व्यू अभी हम लोग ने दो मार्क किया है, दो लेवल्स, राइट. सो अभी if tonight, Saturday and Sunday till Sunday, right, if it happens to give you the break move towards the downside, we'll try to continue towards the downside. All right, okay, trying to come to this bigger moves, right, okay, for the BTC in a bigger range. All right, so we'll try to come to from this levels, right, after completing, hopefully we complete this one, right. Okay, so we might like to come back to, because like BTC have been in the sideways only from the long time back, right guys. Again it is trying to, from this levels we thought that market is going to go for the downside move, right. Again market is giving a push up on upper side and forming a sideways in this overall ranges, right. Okay guys, so market you can see that BTC is moving in the same range, guys. All right, same range. All right, so most probably so what we will be doing is, right, if the market Saturday and Sunday, right, in this levels, if it happens to give you move like this till Sunday, right, and if it happens to break down, but then continuously I'll think for the this downside move only. All right, all the shots, right. But in case if the BTC happens to remain up, right, then I'll think for this levels on upper side, 66,500 ranges. So it's very important only from the Saturday, Sunday, right? Sunday it starts, right? Sunday, if it is giving you the downside move, Monday till midnight or Tuesday, right, morning, will be checking for the downside move only, right? But in case if the market happens to pass up on upper side and Sunday, if it keeps moving on upper side, right, till the midnight also it couldn't reverse, all right, then Monday we'll think for the upper side move only. All right guys, okay, so that will be the continuations almost for 2 to 3 days. We'll think for the upper side move, then only towards the Wednesday we'll think for the reversal from those levels, right. On the Wednesday, right, wherever it reaches, then we'll think for the reversal points, right. Okay, so this is just a fundamental, small fundamental along with my technical things, right, just observations. All right, okay, so we'll try to observe that one. So overall we can see the BTC is in the 1 hour time frame as well, right. staying inside this one, right? Okay. BTC have stayed inside this one, playing inside this one, right? So market have given you moved on a upper side, downside, wherever it is, right? So again forming getting inside this one. So most probably trying to play around in the zone, I'm expecting towards the downside, right? Okay. But for the BTC, right, if you are planning once it happens to move upper side from this levels, right, you observe whether that retest gets confirmed or not. If it gets confirmed, then you will be targeting an upper side, right? Okay. So if the retest gets failed and drops down and breaks down below this levels, right, then we can go for a big shots on a downside, right? Okay. So we'll be targeting a 4%, 3 to 4% on downside, right? Most probably this is what we can do it. All right. But right now also, right, so BTC is staying inside this one for the sideways. All right. Okay. So inside this one right now, BTC have incomplete formations of sideways in this upper side, right, whereby market have given you a small breakouts on upper side, and this is the retesting. So we are expecting a small pullback on a downside. If it never gives that pullback, right, if it happens to clear this levels on upper side, you can expect the price to move at least upper range is $64,715, right, making a sideways again in this box as well. All right. But if it is not able to pass above these levels, right, we'll be checking for the shorter side only to cover up the retest, small retest zone towards the downside, right? Okay. Small retest. All right. Forming up, filling up this sideways 5 minute sideways box, then clearing out an upper side for there is a space, right, inside this one, right? So BTC have a space to fill up for the longer side as well, right? Okay. So we need to observe whether the market is trying to. There is a lot of resistance. I mean, like market have got a repeated rejection from this level. So whether BTC holds up or not, right? If it happens to push you on upper side, if it happens to push you on upper side, then you are filling up the bigger sideways box in this levels right now. All right. Okay. So most probably, so market, if it happens to go up again, so market will playing inside this box. All right. So once it tries to clear out, then only it will be easy for you to make more dollars. All right. Okay. So inside this one, it is again a very tough to make you all dollars. All right. Lots of people loses over here only. All right. Okay. So inside this sideways box, if it happens to give you one directions, right, from this levels again, you can expect the price to come back to this directions and downside, right? Okay. If it is again moving in the sideways, not able to get out from this levels, right? But if it happens to get out and holds up on upper side, then at least you can expect $66,000 on upper side, right, guys? So this is what you can see it, right? Yeah, guys, so far so cool. Okay, so overall, you are in the bigger sideways box whereby market is still staying in a sideways. Last week, whole week, we can see, right? Almost for a whole week, right? Market is still playing inside this box only. All right, okay. So overall, it's playing inside this one. If it happens to break out and if it happens to clear on upper side, then that's well and good, right? But if it is again playing inside, coming inside this box, then again you are trading inside the sideways only. Lots of people are going to lose money. All right. Okay. So hey, why focus on sale group? Hey, I think better focus on sale setup. Luca, send it down. Focus on the sale side. Hey, why focus on the no? It's like we should be open for sales as well as longs, right? Whatever it does it, right? Okay. So on a bigger time frame, I have given you all the informations. BTC has the chances of coming back to on a bigger time frame $62,600 if it happens to move on a $66,605. So these 2 points most probably till Wednesday it should be heated, right? If it is on a upper side, so tonight and the Sundays, if it keeps pushing you on upper side, then you might like to touch up $66,500. But in fact, from this levels, if you happens to get a rejections right out of this sideways, right, okay, then you might like to see the price around 62,800 $500 most probably, right? So you are still inside the sideways, right? A little bit boring, right, guys? Okay, whatever I've shown you all, right? Okay, in this levels, right? Okay, so market have this levels of trend, right? if you try to see the trend directions, right? Okay. So market is right now in this middle of the average point of the trends. All right. Okay. So market have tried to give you the breakouts on the downside, but it's still inside the middle of the trend, right? Okay. Because of that one, you won't be able to confirm it right now. In case if it happens to give you towards the breakdown towards the downside directly, right? Then it will be easier for you all, right? So trying to trace towards the downside. And what I mean to say is in this trend, right? Okay, if it happens to react on the downside, if it happens to give you towards the downside move, right? So most probably you'll be expecting the price to fall to this levels, right? But in fact, if it is happens to push you on upper side, then the higher trend, since the market is already above the trends, right? You might like to expect the price to move till this levels as well. All right, this is possible. Okay, so whichever that right now it's just in the average point. All right, so people will be planning long, people will be planning shorts, right? So lots of things is going to be happening over there. All right. Okay, so what I'm saying is, so overall you are just playing inside this one, right, guys? If I try to be clean for you all, right, if I try to draw clean for you all, overall, just deleting this one for now, right? Overall, you have been playing inside this one for a week now. BTC have been playing inside this box for a week, right, guys? Making a sideways, whatever it is, right? So it is going to make confusions, lots of confusions. In fact, if it happens to pass up on upper side one more time and come back, we'll try to trace sideways one more time towards the downside, right? Okay, so this is what we can do it. But if it happens to clear out on upper side from this is the resistance that you have, right? If it happens to clear out on upper side, then you'll see a small upper side move on upper side, right? Okay. So if it happens to fail from those levels, right? Okay, then you'll observe the price again firstly till these levels, and if the market happens to break the trends that you have, right? Okay. So in this levels, right? If it happens to, where is it? So this is the level of trends that you're having, right? Yeah, the basic first one. So if it happens to get out from this trend, then you can further continue from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it is, right? Okay. So if it happens to break out on a preset after touching this trend, right? Again, if it happens to move up, then you can continue on a preset more probably, right, guys? Okay. So with a more probability, right, guys? Something like this, you can push it up on a preset. This is what we have right now in these levels. Okay, so either market have to move to these levels, right, on the upper side of the trend, that is one thing, or market have to come down to the downside trends that you have, right? Okay, so you are expecting the price to move to these levels, right? Okay, so at the same time you should know that the market is having a sideways in these levels, right? Okay, which is a little bit confusing for you all, in fact, right? Okay, so market is just in the level of average of the trend right now. All right, if you're following a trend analysis at the same time. All right, guys. Okay, 64 is my SL. Luca. All right, Luca, why do you need to send BTC down? Okay, at the same time. At the same time, right? So just understand it, right? We haven't operated any positions right now, but we wanted to observe it very carefully and understand these levels, right? The market, you can see the level, this is breakouts on upper side, right? Okay, so if it happens to retest, give you a bigger retest and the sideways as well on a bigger time frame as well, you'll be seeing the market to come down after this breakouts, right, on upper side, right? Okay, so market have tried to break out the trends on upper side, right? Okay. So this was the levels whereby the market changes directions, right? This levels we are waiting for the shots, right? But that was breached, whereby I have beat the losses, right? Okay, and market have given a clear directions and upper side, keep pushing you on upper side. So this is what we have seen it, right? Okay, so in this levels we have seen the market is aggressively pushing you on upper side. So most probably I'll be expecting the price to come down, but fulfilling the little bit on upper side, right? Firstly, fulfilling a little bit on upper side, finishing the levels that it have, all right? Then only it might like to come down towards the downside, right? Okay, so like this. All right. So going back to one more time, an upper side can be expected, right? Okay. So even if you try to have a small squeeze levels in this level, right? Okay. Market is not able to decide which side it should be passing you, right? But most probably we'll be expecting a shots, but maybe a small move on upper side after fulfilling this small trend, sideways trend on the 5 minutes that you have, right? Okay. So where we are planning in these levels right now. All right. So overall, this is what you can see in these levels, right? Okay. Squeeze, a little bit squeeze, right? Market try to break out towards the downside, but it take out all the shots from these levels and it try to push you on out aggressively on upper side, right? Whereby it have touch up with the trends, right? The average trends that it have, right? Okay, so most probably you'll be getting on a shorter side, but maybe it needs to move a little bit on upper side firstly. Then only you might like to see the move on a downside. So overall, we can see that the market have having a small level of sideways in these levels, right, guys? Okay, so we are focusing in these levels only right now. Market is playing inside this one, and especially in these levels as well, right? It is playing inside this zone as well, right? Okay, so market might like to give you a small sideways again inside this one as well, right? Okay, so firstly, small drop down in these levels and trying to push fill up these levels, right? And trying to come down will be a beautiful shot for us again one more time, trends on the downside, right? Okay, so overall from 15 minutes time frame, that what you have seen is whereby we have been planning one shots in this levels, right? I guess, right? So this is the levels that I have drawn for you all, right? Small sideways levels whereby we are expecting one more move towards the downside first, right? So in this levels, right, downside move and trying to go up, all right, trying to clear this levels, right? Okay, so sideways that it have in this levels, all right, and then only you might like to see the price getting a rejection from here and trying to push you towards the downside. So what I'm saying is if it happens to pass up and try to break this levels on upper side, then the market is going to move on upper side. But if it happens to get a rejection from there, then we will be expecting $62,000 on a downside. So this levels is a little bit of sideways, right? But at the same time, whatever we can plan it in this level is right only for fulfilling the sideways directions. At the same time, the small retest that is being left on upper side by the market, right? Okay. So most probably till Monday, right, or Sunday, Saturday, whatever it is, firstly we need to go up and try to fill up these levels, right? Firstly, okay, and only I think we might like to get a bigger moves on the downside. So this was what we are planning, right, guys? So overall, this is just a whatever I understand. Okay, nothing much financial advice, guys. Okay, you should know that one. Dragon is not a certified financial advisor. All right, guys. Okay, so whatever I'm saying is just for your understanding, right? Okay, so why I'm saying this thing, why this is potential move, right? Why for the BTC we can expect something like that, right? If you understand, that's well and good, right? Which if you are not trying to understand, but it's not, it's not going to make differences. All right, okay. So whatever you do it, right, you do it on your own research. That can be an upper side as well, so lots of people are going to confuse. If you don't trade, that's well and good in these levels, right? Okay, but if you trade, you need to be a little bit more confused, more careful in these levels, right? Because that market has a high probability to take out your longs as well as shorts, because market is making you the sideways, right, guys? Okay, so you should understand that one. All right, okay. Where were we? Explained. So this is the average of the trend that we are focusing at, right? Okay, if it happens to give towards the downside, then we might like to receive towards the downside. All right, but this levels we need to be careful, right? So in this levels we have been planning small move on a downside, then push up on upper side, right? This is what we are planning right now. All right, so if it happens to give the fulfill this 5 minutes time frame sideways, right, and the retest that it have, right? Okay, then most probably we'll be going to plan one sideways upper side move as well once it happens to clarify these levels, right? Okay, we will try to see whether the market happens to stay above or get a rejections. After it gets rejection, then we are going to plan for the shorter side. All right. And if it happens to get the retest and upper side confirmed, then we'll plan for the longer side. All right. Okay. So this is what we are looking at, right? Is again in this levels as well, we can see that the market is planning in a sideways as well, right? In this levels as well, you have a sideways, right? Okay. Everywhere sideways. All right. Make your own decisions, guys. All right. It's nothing much financial advice. You should know that one. All right, guys. Make your own decisions before you move in. All right, guys. Like Luca, Yang Yang. All right. Okay, guys. So, yeah, this is in the sideways, so it's up and down, up and down, up and down. You have to think it well. All right. Okay. So whatever people who are making giving targets on upper side or downside are just making the assumptions, right? If the market haven't go, it happens to reject from the top, then the longers will get filled. If it happens to get a good support, right, the shorts will get filled. All right. Okay. Sideways, you cannot be confirmed. Whatever you will be doing is a few predictions and probability game you will be playing on with that one. All right. So right now in this levels for a longer side as well, we are not sure, right, whether since this is sideways, right? Okay. So market have tried to break out on upper side, but it's not sure whether the market will go up and pass the retest or not. So those who are planning on a longer side from these levels, they'll be just assuming that now the market is going to go up and try to the retest is going to be confirmed, right? So this is what we are doing. All right, all the analysis that okay, it is assumptions, few assumptions. Until and unless right, we reach to the get out from the sideways and reach to the certain level situations of the market whereby we can make a good decisions according to the previous our setups, right? Analysis, that's well and good, right? But sideways, whatever you will be doing is just a small assumptions or the predictions you'll be doing most probably. This is what I understand. All right. Okay, so if you are planning on upper side or downside, just assumptions. Right now you are assuming, right? So market have tried to break out on upper side. For if you're planning shots in this, I haven't planned it, but we are assuming that market have, if the market have planned, if market happens to give you the retest on the downside, all right, and the fulfillment of these levels of sideways, right? So it's inside this one as well, you can see a small sideways box that is being created, right? Okay, so inside this one and over here as well, overall lows high, right? Market is trying to play around, right? If it happens to give you the this directions, right? So we are assuming that market might like to make one sideways again in this levels, right? Okay, so this is what we are doing it. Okay, so you should understand that one. All right. Okay, we are assuming few things before we react in the sideways. All right. Okay, in case right, if the market happens to break out on upper side from this levels, it will be a good point to buy for the long side, right? Assuming that the market have tried to break out on upper side, right? Okay, so let me delete this one for now. All right. Okay. So assuming that market have given a breakouts and upper side, ignoring the sideways, right? Market have given a breakouts and upper side from these levels, and the whole day it was on a sideways, right? And it's confirming the retest. So confirming the retest means now we can expect the price to move in our directions. All right. So this will be your, so if you're planning for the long side, so most probably I'll be waiting above these levels, because like my retest gets confirmed, right? Okay, so market broke out on upper side and the small trend it was having, and market have given a breakouts on upper side, the retest, right? On the retest phase I can plan my long positions and I can move on upper side. If I plan from here, I'm not sure whether the market is going to go up or not as well, right? For the breakouts, or is it going to go for the retest on the downside firstly? All right, so whatever I do it before the breakouts, I always just try to plan for the retest, right? Firstly retest, then only I could go for the directions aggressively. I try to plan it, all right, for the retest. All right, so from which level I don't know, right? Maybe try to again trying to fake you out one more time on upper side and pushing you downside, but this retest should be done anyways, right? In these levels as well, right? Okay, we have seen there is a breakouts on upper side. One day it have to come down from which level I don't know, right? The maximum levels it can go up to, right? So it one day it have to come down again and try to do it retest in this level one more time. All right, okay. One day it have to come down and do the retest, but from the sudden levels, right? Okay. So it happens, right? For the retest, it have to confirm it, right? It have to give the retest. All right. So from which levels is the problem? All right. So we plan it. We keep planning it. All right. Okay. So let's see anyways, right, guys? Okay. So we are again expecting we are inside the sideways only, right? Little bit sideways, so 5 minutes sideways stays inside this one, right? Market try to plan from here again. If the market happens to plan the sideways in this level, so we can expect again the price to fall down, retest confirm, and again maybe a breakouts and upper side, right? Okay, so trying to overall trying to complete the sideways you are having in this levels, right, guys? Okay, again you are having sideways in this a whole week the market wasn't that good enough to make dollars, so we can maximum level of maximum people who are very transparent to themselves, I can see lots of people are going to lose money. All right, this those kind of situations, right? Market have been in the sideways in a bigger time frame as well. If you try to see it, right, it moves all in the sideways only, right, guys? All right, okay. On a bigger time frame also it's playing inside the same zone only, all right, guys? Okay. Overall as well, right? Overall as well, we can see that the market is playing inside this one. People are going to lose lots of money. I told you all, only the people plans in this levels. All right, okay. This swap swift flow, right, guys? Okay, so market again, market is daily time frame, right? Market is again trying to plan an upper side, coming back to this bigger sideways that you are having, right? All right, so market you might like to expect the price to move on upper side as well if it is planning a sideways, but firstly I think it needs to clear out all the sideways it have for the smaller time frame. All right, okay, then only it might like to plan it. All right, so understanding market, I can't do anything in this levels, right? What I can do is, in case if I take risks, I can go with a small fund only. All right, okay. So whatever we will be doing is for the small time frame, like small fund only in this levels, right? Okay, so 4 hours time frame as well. If you try to see in this levels whole almost for a week and more than a month, right? We can see that the market is playing inside the same zone. All right, okay. So it's doing some. So even if we try to come to the smaller time frame, right, we can see again in the sideways, right? So overall, the structures is staying in the same zone. All right, okay, from the bigger time frame as well as the smaller time frame. All right, okay, it's not giving a one directions move, right? Okay, in case if it was a bigger sideways, right, something like this, you can make some dollars, right? Okay, so if it is a move something like this, right, you can make good dollars, right? All right, so let me give you an example, right? So making dollars usually becomes easy in something like this move, right? Move. So inside this one, people will be losing lots of money. All right. So inside this one, people will be losing most of money. People will be losing lots of money inside this one. No, overall, peoples are going to lose money in this one, right? Okay. People are going to lose money. Lots of money will be lost inside this one as well. All right. Okay. So people are going to lose lots of money inside this one as well. Okay, guys, so just try to be careful. Whatever you do it, you try to go with a small fund as possible, right? Okay, so people are going to lose lots of money inside this one if you don't try to be careful. So people earns money while giving you one directions. Even us, no one knows, right? You directly come and plans a short positions. You one morning you see there will be a big move on the downside. So even if no one you'll be planning short positions, big move. All right, you'll be earning a lot. So at least in a one direction move, right? From this levels, if you're planning something like this, then you get it. So once it tries to clear out this levels, if it happens to move on upper side, then we can make a good dollars over there as well, right, guys? Okay. So once it happens, daily time frame, I'm showing you all that daily time frame. All right. Once it tries to clear out this levels, then this is the zone to make you all the retailers have good dollars because like price will be moving automatically, giving a high range of targets, right? Then you can see that people will be making lots of dollars over there. All right. Okay. So it's still inside congested on a daily time frame as well, right? Okay. So even if you see on a small time frame, you will be getting congested levels only. All right. Okay. People people are going to lose lots of money. All right. One direction move, you will be able to make money. All right. Till over here, somewhere else, you will be making dollars. But in this range, most of the people will be again losing money. All right. So this is the range whereby people are going to lose lots of money. All right, guys. So you should be able to identify that one. So it is going to be easy for you all. Until and unless they are scalping, right? Quick scalping, book profits, get out. Quick scalping, again take profits, get out, right? Okay. So everywhere you will be checking on the sideways only right now. All right. Okay. So everywhere you'll see a sideways move only. All right, guys. This is what I can say for you all, right? So just try to be careful whether you are planning an upper side or downside, right? Okay. So again, coming back to the small time frame, right? This range is either market needs to give you the liquidations or market needs to give you the move breakouts towards the downside, right? The upper side move is completed, all right, already completed. But in case if it happens to give you the liquidations and a one more time on upper side, right, and try to stay above, then it is going to make a long range on upper side one more time, all right. But the move that the upper side usually the range higher highest range is completed already. Okay, so this is the noisy area whereby again you are going to lose lots of money, all right, in these levels. Okay, so lots of shots are going to be invited. If the market happens to give the liquidations, then again market is going to push you one more time on upper side. All right, guys. Okay, so this is what we can see. All right, so at the same time we can see the market have tried to break out you on upper side, given you a breakouts. All right, small breakouts, though that is in the sideways, right? Market have tried to give you the breakouts on upper side. This is the small breakout that you this is retesting right now on this levels, right? At the same time, you can see that market has a higher probability of making a sideways in this levels. All right. Okay, one more time. All right. One more time, market has chances of coming down to this levels, right? Okay, guys. So this is what I'm saying it. The small levels are being created in this levels whereby people are going to get lots of confusion, lots of people are going to lose money. All right. One direction move, I can take it for the shots once it happens to clear it out from the top, right? Okay, so that is for the bigger sideways that I have, right? Okay, so most probably if it happens to give, then I can take a big shots, all right, on a bigger time frame. I'm talking about this sideways right now. For the shorter ones, right, staying inside this shot sideways one more time. If the Bitcoin happens to get rejection from the top, right, I can open a short positions and try to trace at least till this level one more time for the sideways. All right. So lots of noise are there, guys. All right. So I have been telling you all above these levels is all the noise. So lots of noise is going to be created above these levels. All right. Okay. So lots of noise stays over here. Over here, lots of noise, guys. This is a noisy area. Once it happens to clear out on upper side, so it is in the verge of fulfilling the breakouts on upper side. All right, market try to break out again, retesting it again, retesting. This is the levels of breakouts, right, whereby the market, once it happens to clear this levels, it will be so nice for you to trade from this levels, right? If it happens to hold below, to downside move, all right, will be so easy for you to trade it. All right, so inside this one, lots of people are going to lose money. All right, okay, lots of people are going to knowingly or unknowingly, right, sometimes holding their trade long, sometimes cutting their profits so early, sometimes getting inside the sideways fake outs, right? Lots of people are going to lose lots of money. You try to observe it, lots of people are going to lose money inside this one box. All right, okay. So people will be, for smart traders, will be waiting for the people levels whereby if they are going for the shots, right, below these levels, right, I can go for a confident one shots, right, targeting these levels, right, okay. So this is what I can do it. So this is usually what people wait for. All right, okay. So market try to break out on upper side, right, okay. So something like this, right, okay. So this is the noisy area. Lots of people loses money in this zone until and unless they are scalping, quick scalping, they are fine. All right, losing money area for me especially, this is my observations, right? Lots of people, I haven't seen people, they're losing lots of money inside this box. All right, just try to be careful. All right, guys. So until and unless, right, if it happens to give you a breakouts on upper side from this levels and clear that one, making money from upper side will be more easier than you trying to make money inside this one. All right, I have been telling you all, making inside this money inside this levels is going to be a little bit tough. All right, guys, okay. So how to plan a swing trade and what time frame, drop down it, a bigger time frame for the swing trades, right, most of the time. All right, okay. So this is what you can see it. So swing trades also, right, so you cannot plan in the zone for the swing trades as well. All right, okay, until and unless you have a confirmations, right. Swing trades is a bigger holding trades whereby, so you will be taking a swing from here, right. For example, you are taking a bigger time frame, right, one swing, right, upper side, downside, upper side, right. You'll be taking one long positions, again short positions, long positions, again short positions. This is how you can plan it for your swing trades, right, usually. Okay, so you are observing whether the market is trying to give you all the breakouts and upper side or not, right? Okay, so for the longs, those who are waiting for the longs also, if you get a breakouts and upper side, it is going to be crazy on upper side, guys. Okay, it's going to be crazy long on upper side from this level. All right, if the retest gets confirmed on upper side, you're going to get a crazy long on upper side. This is what I feel. All right, okay. In fact, if it happens to come down to this levels, right, people are going to this levels, usually people will be waiting for a big shots. So level of interest is different for me as well, right, okay. So usually whatever I'm doing is this, I'm planning in a noisy area. So I always tell you all, this is a risky trade. So you risky trades, people are going to lose lots of dollars, right, okay. So once it happens to clear this levels, right, okay, this is the accumulations phase whereby people will, lots of accumulations we can see, right. So you can see the market have tried to break out on the downside as well as upper side, still sideways, right, okay. Overall overall you try to see these levels, right, guys, okay. So this levels and this levels, right, guys, okay. Market try to break out on upper side, market try to break out on the downside, again it's still staying inside the sideways, right, okay. So it is in the sideways right now. So what you are expecting in this levels, one more time, if it's not able to push you on upper side from this levels, right, okay, from this sideways, if it happens to get fail again, right, all right, then you're waiting below this levels, all right, to plan for the shots at least, okay. And you can target below the zone. All right, okay. So you'll be observing whether the market is able to give you the breakouts and upper side and pass the retest. Otherwise, it will be very, you don't know whether your market will be able to break out on upper side or not. Overall, you are in the sideways zone, right? Okay, so this is the sideways zone you have. You don't know whether the market is trying to go to plan test the upper side levels or not. In case if you are in the little bit on downside zone, that's well and good, right? But right now you are just above you, there is a resistance. If you are planning shots aggressively as well, if the market happens to test this level and break out on upper side, everything is going to be getting bashed because you are overall in the sideways zone. You are going to lose lots of dollars. All right, okay. So for the longer side as well, you don't know whether the market can go up to this levels and break out up and stay above or not. So for a holding, it is a little bit difficult. All right, until and unless you're planning a scalping like I have mentioned, right? Okay, smaller scalpings, right? Okay, inside this one we can plan it, all right, for now. So this levels of upper side move is also completed, all right. Okay, so this levels of move, we can see that the market have given the enough move that is already completed, is trying to break out the trends on the downside right now, all right. At the same time, you should not forget that the market is giving you sideways in this levels as well, all right. Okay, it has a higher probability of making sideways in this levels as well, all right. Okay, so if it happens to give the liquidations an upper side, last liquidations left on upper side for the BTC, right, and moving in a upper side, right? Okay, so if it happens to give the liquidations an upper side, then you'll be expecting something like this, and again dropping you towards the downside, all right. Okay, so this is, I think, what we can expect one more time, all right. If it happens to stay above, then you can plan a good longs on upper side and try to push on upper side, right, guys? Okay, so overall, right, so you are in the losing phase, right? Okay, you are in the levels whereby you will get not that confident to plan. I can say that one. Everyone won't get that confident to plan your shorts or longs in the zone usually, all right. Most of the peoples who are professional traders, they don't like to trade in these levels as well, all right. Okay, in case if they are scalping, right, that's well and good, but usually for the long holding trades, they usually tries to get negligence in these levels, all right. Okay, so anyways, let's see, all right. Okay, so we are expecting a small move on the downside and one more move on upper side, right? Okay, whereby market might like to target for the liquidations from the top, but we make sure that while planning on a planning on upper side, we should make sure that it is giving you all breakouts on upper side as well, all right. Okay, so we have two levels. This is the level on the downside, levels on upper side, okay, for the sideways move. If it happens to give an upper side, you'll expect again move one more move on upper side. So we have seen the breakouts on upper side as well, right? At the same time, if it happens to break above these levels, if the retest gets confirmed above these levels, we can plan a long side. Scalping can be taken on upper side, right? Okay, so you're without taking a retest, okay, proper retest from the down. You're taking consideration of small retest being done from these levels, and you are planning an upper side, right? Okay, so you need to observe in these levels so carefully. Overall, so you can see that there is a small, you are still inside the sideways, right? Okay, so market can make a sideways inside this one. This is what I'm saying, all right. Market can make a sideways in these levels as well, right? And market can make a bigger sideways in these levels as well. Overall, we have been covered with every time frame is covered with a sideways, all right. From the daily time frame towards the smallest time frame, you see it, right? You'll see only the sideways moving inside and outside, right? Okay. So overall, right, in this zone as well, right, if you are planning for levels, right, so from this levels you can plan longs till this level, but inside this one you cannot plan anything because like this is not your tradable zone, all right. Okay, so inside this one it was like totally a hosh posh. From this levels to this levels it was fine, all right. Okay, so again you are going back to the hosh posh zone whereby you will get lots of confusion in this levels and you are going to lose lots of dollars inside this one. Okay, guys, so far so cool, right? Okay, this is I'm just sharing whatever I think, all right. So whatever I'm saying is not a financial advice, right? You should understand that one, right? Okay, so whatever I'm trying to tell you all is not a financial advice. This is only for the education purpose, right? Okay. Mm. You standing inside the sideways, you are right at the top, right? Firstly planning your shots directly from this levels, the liquidations you can expect, right? People who have short in this levels, right? Short in this levels, okay, two levels you have a shots, all right. Market can plan one more move on upper side, all right. It will play around in this zone, right, giving you a small move on a downside I'm expecting and trying to push you one more time on upper side and trying to clear you towards the downside can be expected from this levels, right? If the retest gets confirmed, one more move can be expected on upper side for the liquidations, all right, bigger liquidations from the top, right? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, all right, guys. So whatever you do it, right, you try to plan with your own Analysis, right? I'm not here to manipulate your decisions. You should understand that one. All right, okay. Whatever I'm saying is just for whatever I understand. So what you understand, it differs, right? What you understand, people keeps looking for the setups only. That's not helpful. All right, guys, okay. You try to understand why you are losing money, why you are getting good profits, right? Firstly try to understand, then after you understand right, okay, if you try to plan it, then it will be so easy for you all to make dollars. All right, so even you know how to hold it, right? You can hold it or not if you wanted to get out. So getting out, you'll get confidence whatever you do it. All right, over there. Okay, guys, so this is what I feel. All right. Let's see, guys. Whatever it happens, it will happen for the good reasons only. But just try to be careful. All right. Whatever you do it, either you plan on a long side or downside, whatever it is, right? Okay. So overall, on a bigger time frame, you are in the sideways again. Inside this one, you are staying inside the sideways. All right. So just try to be careful lah. Don't try to aggressively look for the positions as well, right? Okay. Okay, guys, so this is what I have to tell you all, right, guys? So most probably, where is it, my things now? Overall, also again sideways. All right, 1 hour time frame as well. Breakouts on upper side, downside, both ways. All right. Again, you are stuck with the sideways in these levels again. So this is what we are expecting in these levels right now. Small drop down, whereby the people will plant shots, right? And again move up, right? Then I might expect the drop down from there, looking into these factors, right? These levels. All right. Okay. If it happens to give me the breakouts on upper side, well and good, right? Okay. If it is not able to give me, then again market will crash down towards the downside. So whatever you will be planning for the smaller time frame, it's just a scalping. All right, guys. Okay. So downside, upper side, downside, upper side. So we are expecting again one more move towards the downside. But in fact, if it happens to break out on upper side, we will again look for the long positions for the scalpers only. Only scalpers can take the positions from here, which levels we have found it, right? Yeah, this is the levels whereby the market have given you the breakouts. If it happens to give you the breakouts above these levels, all the short scalping is going to get passed off rather than you expecting from here. You will be expecting the price to move upper side from this level. All right. Okay. So this is what you are going to expect. So overall, I'm not planning any things in these levels, right? Rather, I would be planning one long positions if it happens to get a rejection from the down and try to break out an upper side. Then I will try to plan for one longs and upper side, right? Okay, guys. Or else, even if it happens to give me breakouts from here, and I'll be skipping this levels. All right, it will be risky for me. All right, okay. Where B? Mhm. Swing trades, you can take it on a bigger time frame only, right? Most of the time, all right? For the swing trades, you are going to get less mistakes and good profits, but you need to have a capacity to hold and manage your risks accordingly, all right? Then only it will be easier for you all to. So these levels we have been looking into, all right? So we are just watching at these levels only right now. Okay. One small retest and trying to go sideways again in this level. Everywhere we can see sideways, sideways, guys. All right, sideways, sideways, sideways. So market situation is not being good for almost for more than a week, I guess, most probably. All right, okay. So recently also we can see that market is not that good to be traded. All right, okay. You can plan it accordingly, whether you are planning on a long side or downside. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने तूने नींद चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने बहुत boring है ना guys, it is too boring, right? Okay, it is boring. Let's see if we get very quick moves, right? So in the New York sessions, right? Okay, so when the New York session starts, let's see if we get any good moves. All right, for the gold overall, good one. So sideways again coming back to your entry. See, London sessions. All right. Market went overall inside this zone. It is a sideways. Again, market got stuck from here inside this sideways. Okay. You can see small sideways even inside this one, inside box, inside these levels as well. So for the longs as well as shorts, the profits will be very less. All right, and the time taking in the sideways. Take your own decisions. All right, guys. Understand the market situation. I have explained you all the situations that market is facing right now. All right. You will be trying to get for the bashing off levels only most of the time. All right. Most of the time you are going to get bashed off. One level I can think for the shots, bigger shots, once it gets rejection from the once it happens to get rejection from the top, right, then it will be easy for you all to trade it. Okay, guys. So potential move, right, for the coming week, right? For the coming week, what we can think is two things. After it gives some moves tonight, you'll get some sense, all right, which side you will be planning, all right, okay. So you get the sense, right, tonight. So in this levels, right, if it happens to move up, continues, you'll get a very good moves above these levels for the longs, all right. But in fact, again, market happens to get a rejection from these levels and try to come down, then you will be waiting for the short zone, right? Okay, short zone from where? Below these levels, right? You'll be waiting for the short zone. All right, so this is going to be a noisy area. You're not planning an upper side. All right, okay. You're planning on the shorter side, shorter side, right, guys? Once it happens to come down below these levels, right? I'll be waiting for this bigger positions, right? Even in the sideways, okay? So I'll be targeting towards the downside, at least 2 to 3% downside move. I'll be targeting for this reason. All right. In fact, if it happens to clear above these levels, right, I'll be waiting for a bigger moves on upper side, right? Most probably tonight or tomorrow, within 2 to 3 days, you will be trying to get this move. All right. Okay. So this is the most tradable zone for me. All right. Okay. Then I will be targeting an upper side. All right. So these two moves is very potential area whereby we can make at least being inside the sideways as well. We can target one move, right? Okay. So so while going on upper side, you are doing nothing, right? Inside this one, I told you all this is going to be a risky zone and most stop loss will be removed inside this one only. All right, loss of time, you'll get a confusion inside this box only. All right. Okay, because market in sideways, it can make, it has a possibilities to go on a upper side as well as move on a downside. You should understand that one. All right, don't stick with the mind of one-sided that market should be moving on the upper side only or downside only. Don't get stick with that mind, guys. All right. Okay, so it has a possibilities to from the sideways, it has a possibilities to move on upper side as well as downside. All right, this is the fact. All right, in case if it happens to break out on upper side and hold above, you will be getting a move on upper side. All right, so most probably market will be targeting targeting around $66,000 and above, right? Okay, so above these levels, moving up or down, we never knows, right? Okay, but most probably you'll see the price moving above these levels. If so, this is the zone whereby the price will be deciding which side it should be moving, right? For this, so I have only one tradable zone in this levels. All right, if I try to be confined with my setups, all right, I have only one confined trade I can get inside this one. All things I won't do anything, right? In case until and unless you are planning your scalping sessions inside this one, then it's up to you. All right. But most probably only one trade I can take it whole journey of this levels. Then only it will be easy. This will be the most cleaner zone for you all to plan your trades, I guess, right, guys? Okay, so you should know that Dragon is not a certified financial advisor. All right. Okay, I'm just explaining you whatever I know, whatever I understand, right? In case if it is not able to break through on upper side and come down again, I can expect the price to move down, right? I will be planning one setup, either that is on a long side or downside from this level. So today, if it gives me today only, I'll plan today itself. If it gives me Sunday, right, I'll plan on Sunday. If it gives me a Monday, I will try to plan on a Monday. All right. Okay, so this is what I'm going to plan this levels, right? Okay, one more move on upper side or downside can be expected, but this is the levels I can plan it for. So in this levels also, I need to be a little bit careful, and I can place one trade inside this one. Okay, for my VIP peoples also, I haven't given them the setups right now because this is not a good trading zone for y'all, most probably. All right. Okay. In case if it was moving it down from here, right, right, in this levels, right, then we would have already cleared out from this levels from the sideways. So what I told you all, guys, while planning a shots in this levels, right, okay, what I told you all is either the my price is going for the sideways or either the price is going for another one more move on upper side. All right. Okay, above these levels. So sideways again from here as well, if it is planning for the sideways again coming back to the sideways, we can expect one more move towards downside. But in fact, if it happens to, so lots of confusions, people will be confused a lot in this levels. So what I do is I stay away from the trading zone. All right, and I just observe few things inside this one. Okay, so that will be the most profitable for me most of the time. All right, in this levels. Okay, rather than planning aggressively, trying to see for the setups, understanding the market, what the market is trying to do it, whether you can get a bashed off in this levels or not, right? Understanding all those things, then only it will be a good one to plan for the setups. All right, so in case in case, guys, in case if the market happens to, rather than making the setups, right, in case if it happens to give one directions, right, okay, one direction is only one move, right, rather than moving up, if it happens to move directly towards the downside, then where I will be waiting for the short, I'll be waiting towards the downside, waiting for one more short moves, right, inside below this levels, then only I will be able to trade, take one trades below this levels, right, and I can target towards the downside, because this is the levels whereby market is if you try to observe this levels, right, guys, okay, let me delete this one. So most probably below this one, right, okay. So what I will understand is in this level, right, guys, okay, if I'm planning my short setups directly, right, what I will try to understand in this level is market have given you, though there is a sideways, right, so market is not able to push you on upper, in case, right, second options, right, in case if the market is not giving you the move on upper side in the sideways, right, rather it keep getting rejected and directly plant you on a downside move, right, then all right, I'll be aggressively waiting for the short positions below this levels, right, one only I can take it, all right, only one trading zone for a little bit, I'm holding a little bit, I'm not scalping it, so for that reason I can take one trades from this levels, right, okay, all right, so planning for the 59,000 zones on a downside, all right, guys, this is what I can do it, okay. So most probably I can plan one 4 to 5% one move on a downside in this level. All right. Okay. This is what I can do it in this level. So taking into considerations that market was trying its best to push an upper side, it couldn't push it. The retest also got failed, right? And you're waiting for the move on downside. All right. People for the risks, they can take risks from here as well, but risk always comes with a reward, but you're not sure whether the market is pushing below this level or not. So one is once it happens to push below this levels, it is going to be confirmed, right? Okay, break down hold below, it's going to be confirmed, and you will get a beautiful move below this levels. Beautiful move. All right. So it's going to be very quick. So I need to wait for that zone. All right, to trade it. Okay. So this can be a very beautiful zone to plan our setups. All right. So you need to see your levels. You should understand how to draw your levels, right? Where you can trade, where you cannot trade. You have a chances of getting bashed off as well. You have chances of getting profits as well. So when you get bashed off, get out from the trade immediately. If you're getting profit, take the profits. This is the simplest thing that you can do it in the trading field. All right, guys. Okay. So this is one level I can wait for. All right. So in this level, what is my understanding? This was the retest that resistance that I have, right? Okay. So let me delete this one, right? So upper side, whatever it doesn't matter for me. All right. Okay. It doesn't matter for me. Upper side, if you are holding, looking for a little bit holding trades, okay. Since you are in the small time frame, also you're getting inside the sideways. So for the scalpers, also it's not that easy to make dollars. All right, guys. Okay. So for the scalpers also, don't think that it's very easy for you all to make dollars, but in the smaller time frame also you can see lots of sideways running inside, right? Okay, because of that one, you won't be able to get that profit so easily, right? And that won't be very good profits, all right? Okay, so what I'll be observing, so this is the level that I have, right? Market try to break out on upper side, right? And aggressively plant, and the retest it get failed, and while coming on a downside, if you are planning from this levels as well, because this previously it was a resistance, right, and it will act as a support right now. All right. Okay, so you are not confirmed yet, but if it happens to break you, right, it will give a move at least, all right, towards the downside, right. So most probably planning below, because like this was the support that you have, right. It tried to break out again, it is retesting it again third time. If it happens to come below this levels, then below this levels you'll see a beautiful move, quick swap towards the downside. All right, so this is one level where I can wait for the move towards the downside. All right, at the same time, all right, so this is the next second options that I can take. All right, I can take only one trade. All right, guys, I can take only one trade. That is either on upper side or downside inside this one sideways. Okay. So this is the thing, guys. Hope that was understandable for you all, right? If it is making sense, that's well and good. All right. Okay, so sorry if my voice is getting lower and lower, right? Because I'm getting drained off with my energy now. All right, so tradable zone and not tradable. Mark your zones, right, guys? Okay, where you can make a good dollars, right? You try to observe where you are able to make good dollars. It doesn't mean that every day you have to get setups, all right, guys. So it's important for you all to know that where you can plan your setups and where you cannot plan your setups, right, guys? Okay, that's more important, I guess, most probably. All right, okay. So this is the one level I can plan. Especially the confident comes, I like to trade only this level because like inside this one also there will be a very slow move. The bigger, the fastest move that you can get is this level. All right, for the shorter ones. Okay, from this levels, the moves, if it happens to hold down, the move that you are going to get inside this zone is next level. All right, guys. Okay, but you should know that one, this is not for a financial advice, this is only for the education purpose, right, guys? Okay, I'm not a certified financial advisor, right, guys? Okay, first option I have given you already, right? Second option is that's going to be one options, right? Okay, so in this levels again, at the same time, all right, guys, market is trying to make inverted head and shoulder patterns in this levels, right? If you happen to see, right, from this levels, right? Okay, so inverted head and shoulder pattern is formed in this level. All right, okay. So either market fake out the longs in this levels, right? Okay, so maximum level it can move up to is 65,567. Just another perspective of understanding the market. All right, guys. Okay, from the pattern wise. All right, guys. Okay, the pattern wise. So you're forgetting whatever you have from this levels before this levels, right? So from you're observing from this levels, right? Okay, so this is the inverted head and shoulder pattern. So inverted head and shoulder patterns, right? Okay, whenever there is inverted head and shoulder patterns, right? Okay, so either market needs to break out and give you a bigger move on upper side, or knowingly market will come down to take out all the liquidations that you have. All right, guys. Okay, so two possibilities: either respect market respect this pattern, or try to come down and take out all the liquidations it have. All right, okay. If it happens to come down to come for the liquidations, you will be observing the market moving below these levels on the downside. All right, guys. Okay, so below these levels. Okay, so overall below these levels you'll be expecting the market to move. All right, so this is the level how you understand on a 1 hour time frame. This is on a 1 hour time frame, okay, guys, not a scalping. All right, so for the scalpings, right, we are still expecting one sideways move in this levels, small things that I have explained to you all right, at the same time. Okay. So this level is a little bit fishy as well as, so if you don't try to be careful, you're going to lose a lots of money inside this one, right, guys? Okay, so I know the people who are going to lose lots of money have lost already lots of money. All right, okay, inside this zone. So your trading zone is very important, right, guys? Okay, so far so good, guys. So it's still in the same place, guys, you see, right? Market still moving in the same place right now. All right, for the immediate thing as well, right? Market is still playing inside the same zone. So what you are expecting? Either market give you a bigger move above this levels, right? So on the upper side, I can plan only one above this levels, right? Okay, so I have told you all, or market give the liquidations, right? Either going back to this levels, right? Okay, so one possibility is market going up to this levels and giving you the liquidations, right? Or the breakouts and upper sides from this levels only I'll be able to take the positions, right? And if it happens to come down directly, I have given you already a levels whereby I can plan my short positions for that is for the liquidations, right? That will be the liquidations for me, right? Big plans, sharp plans, right? At least I can hold towards 60,000 or $59,000 and plans towards the downside. All right, okay. above these levels, right? Bigger move on upper side, that is a breakouts. The inverted head and shoulder patterns for expecting you all according to the patterns, right? Okay, so in these levels as well, according to the patterns as well, the levels that we see is the same thing. All right, my zone for the trading is same thing. I can take only one trade. All right, that's either on the upper side or one on the downside. All right, okay, I'll be taking only one trade in these levels. Okay, in fact, I'm ignoring the scalpings that you are planning for the 0 points. So within the scalping as well, right, it is going to be a little bit difficult for you to make dollars, right? You should be careful. All right, guys, hope that was helpful for you all. So most probably tonight, if the market gives you the move, right, either it should come down below these levels and continue towards downside till Sunday, right? Either market should come up, go up and continue on upper side. So these two things we will be observing in the market. All right, guys. Okay. So you are right at the resistance right now. All right. Okay. So these two things you will be observing, whether market trying to push you on upper side from these levels or market. So market is not me, okay, guys. It's not me who is not able to, or not asking you to take the trades, or but this is the situation of the market that you are going through, whereby it's not that easy to make dollars inside the market right now. Okay. So in fact, if you're not having a sideways in these levels, right, it would be easy for you to make dollars inside this one as well. But you see the dirty levels that the market have played you with you all inside this one. Okay, so one level is this one to be observed. You might like to get a diverse trend, whatever it is, right? You might like to get change in these levels, right? Be positive to the both the longs as well as shorts, right? Take in a daily time frame. What is the upper side view? Minash, all right. Liquidity pending from upper side, then reversal. BIP trade. Hi, hi, brothers. Welcome, welcome, guys. All right. Upper side views according to the patterns that I've shown you all, right? Okay, so that is inverted head and shoulder patterns, or take the liquidations. So what I have, right, guys? Okay, so in this levels you see that is a forming a, so people wanted to check me on a daily time frame as well. All right, okay, let's check on a daily time frame and then let's try to come back. All right, okay, for a daily time frame. All right. So if you are checking on the level of sideways, right, on a daily time frame, it is in the good good level of bullish zone only. All right, okay, good levels of bullish zone only. So market was trying to break out on upper side, and market broke down towards the downside. Firstly, let's try to check with our pattern wise, right? Okay, so market was having this level of resistance in this levels, right? Okay, so market have a breakouts on upper side and again crash towards the making a sideways. All right, again coming back to this box one more time, you see, guys. All right, okay, so it needs to confirm us, right? So this levels, what I'm saying is, right, so this levels of daily time frame also, I won't be able to take my long positions, right? Okay, because I get a feel, right, whether this is the real retest confirmations or not. So from this levels on upper side I can take it. All right, so from this levels I can take it for the long, so I will be waiting for that zone only. All right, for a daily time frame. So daily time frame, you can see that the market have tried to, this was the support that the market have made it, right? It have tried to break out on a downside, and market have given you retest zone as well on a downside, right? Okay, it was breaking out towards the downside from these levels, right? You try to forget everything on upper side, market try to break out on upper side at downside, right? Okay, retest done, right? Retest confirmed, closed below the breakout zone, right? And this was, people have planned lots of shots in the zone without knowing that market can make a sideways as well right now. All right, so in this levels on a daily time frame, I'm not able to take the trades. All right, so people have planned shots over here, market try to aggressively push on upper side and try to take out all the shots, people. All right, everyone is liquidated, right? And at the same time, it has a possibilities to, what I'm saying is, it has a possibilities to convert this, making this area as a fake out, right? It can give you a breakouts and hold on upper side and continue on upper side as well. But for that reason, what I'm doing is, right, in case in case if the market is not able to give the breakouts, right, on upper side, right. So I'll be waiting for this zone on a daily time frame, right. In case if it fails from the top, right, and come down to below this levels, because you have already confirmations for the breakout towards the downside, right. Okay, so I'll be waiting for this zone, and I try to clarify this one. So most probably market will try to push you below these levels. All right, but on the upper side as well, it is going to be risky because this is the retest zone that the market is planning. Market faked out the shots, right? Okay, so in these levels, most of the people are going to go for the shots, right? Okay, especially in the last this candle moves, lots of people have planned for the shots, right? Okay, for the concept of the price action breakout strategy, all right. Okay, so people are going for lots of shots in this level. So what the market did, take out all the shots because they gave a hope for the shots, take out all the shots, right? Now market went for the retest and upper side and is trying to break out. It have broken out and this is trying to retest. So whether this retest will hold on a plan on upper side or not, I also don't know, guys. All right, if it plans to fake out the longs, then this retest zone is going to get reversed and push you all the way towards the downside. All right, okay, so this will be the area that I will be waiting for the shorter zone. All right, okay, but in case if it happens to, rather than if it happens to respect breakouts on upper side, the retest happens to go move on upper side, right. So especially trying to close above these levels is the confirmations for the upper side, right. So in these levels I'm not taking any trades right now. It has a high chances it can give you the shorter moves as well. So what I'll be taking above these levels, let it pass it up, right. Then I'll ignore now. After it passing up, then I'll ignore the shorter zone. On a daily time frame it has, I'll forget that the daily time frame was broken out, whatever it is, right. Okay, so I'll try to forget that zone. All right, and I'll aggressively plan a longer positions from the upper side and go for the bigger move on upper side, right, whereby the clearer zone is there, right. And I'll try to go for a bigger longs. Firstly, I'll target a little bit shots, right, a little bit small targets. If it keeps moving higher highs, I keep continuing on the upper side. Long positions only I'll be trying to take an upper side, right, and take an upper side. So this most probably this Friday, this Saturday, this weekends, right, Saturday and Sunday, most probably you might like to see whether this level is tricking you all or giving you all the real breakouts and upper side for a daily time frame. Okay, so bigger expectations move is can be planned on upper side, but in case if it fails, then there will be a big swap up to down towards the downside, whereby you will be targeting all very low. All right, okay, so very low, but firstly we'll try to take only the small move, right. And if it continues, well and good. If it doesn't continue, then again we might like to change. All right, so according to the market situations, right, guys. Okay, by Carlo. All right, hi Amit. All right. Okay, so try to understand market. Don't try to see for the setups time and again, guys. All right, so you are staying at a very critical level. All right, at the same time market is able to about to give the breakouts retest confirmations for the upper side as well on a daily time frame. All right, it can fake you out like the did for the shorter one as well. All right, okay, so very critical levels. This last move people will be planning. So I also don't know whether the market will give you the real breakouts from these levels or fake you out and swap you like it did for the shorter ones from here. Okay, so this is the breakout area, the confirmations area for you all. It might like to give you the breakouts, it might like to swap you towards the downside as well. All right, I'm trying to explain you all on the smaller time frame right now, bigger time frame right now. Hope that was helpful for you all. Okay, guys, so it's not a financial advice though. You try to make your own research and try to plan. So it is not tradable zone for me for a while. All right, so this is what I'm saying. In case if it gets faked out and try to push you towards the downside and come down and break down, then I will continue towards the shorter side. If it happens to go up, then I have very less tradable zone, guys. All right, so I plan it very less. All right, but for a little bit holding trades like 1 hour time frame, right guys? Okay. So this is what you have seen it, right guys? Okay, so plan it accordingly lah. Either you are planning on a shorts or downside, right? Okay, so what I'm saying, below the zone again, right? So you'll be trying to go for the shots, right? Upper side, once it happens to clarify above these levels, right? We'll try to go for the long side. Mhm. Little bit upper side, right? Above these levels. So this is not a very tradable zone. At the same time, market have given you lots of confusion. People are confused a lot in this zone, right? Big liquidations is going to be taken from these levels, right? Okay. At the same time, just try to be careful, right, guys? Okay. Either you are planning on upper side, you just try to be careful with the funds, right? By the time you get the setups, don't let your fund be over, all right? Okay. Your fund market opportunity is always going to be there, but but your money should be there to trade, guys, all right? Okay, so what I'm saying, risky short positions can be planned from here, right, towards the downside, all right? Okay, if it is confident, once it is not able to pass through on upper side, if the market happens to fake out and try to come down, we can take risks from these levels only, all right, and try to plan for the bigger move on the downside. So we'll assuming that one, all right. So one side it should be cleared, right? Market have tried to play inside the sideways for a very long, right? It should be able to give you the one direction soon, all right? Okay, it should be able to give you all the one direction soon. Either you will see a very big crash on a downside, or either you will see a very good long on upper side, all right? Market try to break out on upper side, break out on a downside, and market is still inside the sideways right now. Okay, so far so good, guys. Okay, whatever you plan it for the scalpers, right, you might like to get a small move, but we can see the smaller time frame as well. Let's try to wait a bit, right? Let's see if we get any setups, right? Again, it is trying to play inside this one. So one short positions was spotted from here, right, for the scalpers. So you see the dirty candles that just formed inside this one. 1 minute C, you see they're all sideways. In the 1 minute also, you are going inside the sideways, so you are not able to get single setups right now. Those who are planning setups aggressively in these levels, right? Okay, they will be in the same zone, all right? It will come to negative again, go to positive, not going to pass through on an upper side or downside, all right? बाय कर लो शॉर्ट कर लो थोड़ा मुश्किल है अभी बाई चांस ऑलराइट हाय थोड़ा मुश्किल है just be careful guys okay either you are planning an upper side or downside see your tradable zones. So right at that, if you are considering this is a sideways, right, top, right, let's see, let's take it this as a top, right, and this is as a bottom, right? Okay, so it's still market is inside the getting in the middle right now. So for the trend also, you are at the middle for the average point, all right? For the sideways also, you are in the middle, all right? Okay, so it can give the move on upper side as well as downside, both, all right? Has equal opportunity, guys. Don't ignore this one, okay? Has possibilities on the both ways, all right? And the trend also, you'll see that is as average, right? Let's take this one as a trend, right? 15 minutes, if you take this trend, still playing inside around the average only. Sideways, you are getting it. So most probably, all right, if it is not able to push you on a downside, if it's not making, so expect the price at least what I'm saying from this levels. So I'm not saying to plan your longs as well, right? Okay, but from this levels, either move on upper side or downside will be observed. All right, if it gives you the downside move, well and good, right? If it gives you the upper side move, take a very big longs and upper side can be expected. All right, okay. Might like to play around. All right. If it happens to directly drop down, wait for the next positions. That is from the lower side. So that will be the potential thing that what you can do in this levels. Right now, we cannot make any setups, guys. You should understand the situations that you are having in this levels right now. If you're planning aggressively inside this one, you are going to get bored. You are going to get frustrations. You are going to get losses. You are going to get lots of things inside this one. All right. Okay. Let's wait for a few minutes, right? Hi guys, Momat, hi guys, hello everyone, hi. All right. So those who are making trade from the sideways, they are just guessing it, assuming it. All right, guys. Okay. It have not given you the clear directions right now. You're just assuming in this levels right now. You're thinking that it should move something like this. It should move something like this, something like that. All right. Okay. So at the same time, what you will be observing if you're trying to take as a precise move, right? Okay, so what I have given you all the informations, right? Okay, so this is the levels whereby you have got a breakouts, right, on upper side, right? Okay, breakouts, so no retest, aggressively sideways, right? Okay, aggressively sideways. If it happens to confirm you the breakouts from this levels on upper side, you might expect the price to move within the sideways. That's the only thing. Okay, so below the zone, side shorter zone, right, bearish zone. Above these levels, a little bit sideways, but on a bull zones, right? Okay, above this levels, still these levels only. All right. Okay, if it gets a rejection from these levels, right, again trying to come down to this levels one more time. All right, this can be expected in this levels for the sideways. We cannot make decisions right now. All right, guys. So we are expecting the price to come down to this levels, right? Okay, so if it happens to get rejection one more time, again you will see price moving coming down to this sideways. Okay, making sideways inside this one. This is also possible. All level of perspective, I have checked it out for you all. Rest is up to you how do you decide it. Right now I'm not trading anything right now, guys. Okay, you make your own research, right? If you found it good, then you can take in, right? Okay, if it's not, understand the market and trade it, guys. Okay, and it will be easier for you all to make dollars. There's one level of trend that you have, and this is one level of trend that you have on a downside. It was having a trend. All right. So market was trying to squeeze in this level, right, guys? Okay, so making a sideways, but it was trying to squeeze in this levels if you have checked it well. Market try to take out the shots from here as well. Okay, market gave a breakouts towards downside. Okay, on the retest phase, aggressive land on upper side and try to take out all the shots. All right. For the upper side retest, if you check on the retest levels, right, one more move is left on upper side. If you check the retest level, and then you have the move towards the downside also for the breakouts that you are given on that levels. So you are taking as this one as a retest phase. All right. Let me delete this one. It looks clear for you all. It's 5,000. All right. Market is aggressively retesting for the shots in this level right now. And while going for the retest, it have keep breaking out on upper side, making higher highs, right? And the last final retest being done in this levels, right? Okay, so you have a retest in this right now. You are getting sideways because market also don't know whether we should which should it give it. All right, either give you on a downside move, right, or give you the retest for this one. Retest also like two things right now. Okay, on the upper side as well as downside. Okay. So this is the level that I have marked for you all, the retest zone. All right. Inside this one. So what I'm saying is, guys, the next setups that I have expected, right? Okay. So below this one, right, guys? Okay. So most probably below this zone, a little bit downside. So what we will know that, right? If it happens to break down from this retest zone, right? Okay. This trend, you will be expecting the price to move below these levels, right? Boom on a downside, right? Okay, so this trend is the retest zone, but if it's not able to break through, and again going on upper side. So what I'm saying, I'll be taking two setups, one from the downside, right, towards the downside. All right, so in these levels as well you can take it, right? So at least you can target these levels right now, but overall you're looking from the downside move only. Okay guys, below the zone only. Okay, so it will be risky from these levels as well, planning towards the downside for the small time frame. But if you are waiting for the confident one, just once it happens to pass below these levels, all the noise will be cleared out. Below these levels, we can plan for the shots and try to push you towards downside. Let's wait for a few minutes, right? If the market gives us setups, right, we'll get the directions. Otherwise, it's moving the same pace, and you guys are also getting bored again and again. By Carlon, people are usually looking for setups, right? Okay, to get a setups immediately, make money immediately, but they won't understand the market. It is going through. All right. Okay. They won't understand the market they are going through. All right. So at the same time, making a sideways and trying to push you on upper side, right? So immediately, if you are looking for aggressive longs, right, above these levels, if it happens to pass through, you'll see one longs and upper side moving something like this. 1% of move can be expected on upper side. Okay. All right, guys. I think market is staying in the same pace, right? We'll trade, we'll observe, right? We'll see what will happen, all right? If you're making for the sideways trend, right? Sideways trade, most probably getting filled from these levels and trying to come down will get you a good confident trades. One short positions, right? You are trading within a sideways, okay? Not my zone. One move can be found from here. If it's not able to push you on upper side, targeting at least the halfway firstly. Okay. If it happens to push you above these levels, then big move on upper side. This can be one expected, right? The another thing is I have given you all in these levels, right? Whereby you can plan directly coming trying to come down, right? Below these levels. If it happens to without moving an upper side. So this is your decision point, guys. This is your decision point. Okay. Planning your long side or downside. And this is your decision point immediately for the market trying to directly come down towards the downside. The two things, right? Yeah, if it happens. So in this levels, market can plan on upper side as well as downside. So just try to be careful. All right. Okay, guys. So I think that's all for today. You are also getting bored, right? I'm also getting bored waiting for the setups, right? We have waited for a lot time, right? Okay, from this levels only almost for 2 to 3 hours we have been waiting it, right? Let's see if the New York sessions gives, right? New York sessions just started. Let's see if it gives any moves, then we'll try to figure out some setups. Saturday is usually a boring day. So this is what we were expecting. Let's see, guys, if New York session gives any moves, then it will be easier for you all to plan it. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने ओ सनम तूने तूने. For this levels, right, what we have previously, what we planned, if it happens to respect the setups for the downside, for the if it wants to respect the shorter side, I have given provided you all one short setup from where, guys, from where this levels, right? We're going to stick. This is if you are planning this one, right? Just a scalping, right? I'm not taking it if you are planning it, right? Okay. So if you are assuming over here, right? Okay. So you are thinking that market should do the retest for this levels, right? And at the same time, small time frame, this level of sideways, you are trying to expect this one. All right. Okay. I'm not saying you to take it, right? Okay. It's actually a not tradable zone, but at least if it gives towards the downside, this will be expected moves, right? Okay. And from there you might like to aim for the move, one more move on upper side. Basically you can plan it accordingly. All right, guys, whichever direction it gives it. If it happens to respect this one, from here you are observing whether you are getting back on upper side or not, right? From here you can plan at least going back to the upper side one more time, and from there. So it will depend on the market situations, okay, guys, whether you are getting the setups or not. So overall, if you are planning for the shots only, the two levels, if it happens to directly get towards the downside below these levels, if it happens to go up and retest these levels below these levels, all right, and it is going to be confident for you all to planning on the downside, all right. But in case if it happens to, so it won't come back to this level only, all right. Your long positions will get activated from these levels and try to move on upper side, right? Okay. So this is what you can do it, right? You're trying to get out from the sideways, right? Okay, so that's all for today, guys. All right, we are not able to take a single trade today. All right, but in case, at least we try to understand the market, right? Okay, so buy or shorts, whatever it is, right? Okay, because like market situations these days is not very good zone to trade it, guys. Just try to be careful. All right, I haven't been taking a trades for more than 2 days, right? Okay, I'm just observing the market. Once it tries to come to our zone, then I activate my positions. If it gets bashed off, nothing much to worry. If it gets correct, that's nice, right? Okay, if you have anything questions, right, Bitcoin, where it is moving, where it is, you can ask me. All right, for the gold, I have, for a bigger time frame, it looks so good for the upper side move, right? Okay, since it have not for the BTC, it have given you the breakouts towards the downside. For the gold, it have not given you the breakouts towards the downside. That's the difference. All right, okay, and market try to push you on the upper side. All right, and we can expect bigger moves on these levels on the weekends, next coming week openings, right? Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Nothing much we could do it. We try to understand the market, but just try to be careful if you are planning aggressively. If you wanted to make dollars, don't try to lose a loss of dollars, right, guys? Okay, I'm not taking a trades for a few days, right? But most probably, if it comes to my zone, then I will be taking it. Then we'll see, okay, tomorrow, right? Most probably we'll be reaching to this levels or this levels, right? Okay, and we'll plan accordingly. So this is the continuations. It will be continuations tomorrow as well, so it will be easier for you all to understand, right, on the coming week. So it will depend tomorrow's move, all right, on coming week where we are planning it. All right, guys. Okay, so that's all, guys. Just be happy. All right, don't search for setups again and again. Market situation is not good at all, guys. All right, try to understand. All right, don't try to look for the setups again and again, guys. Market situation is smallest time frame, also scalping sessions also you cannot take it, right, guys? Okay, it's too bad, guys. The 1 minute time frame is also like, it's too bad how you can take trades, guys. You see, guys, try to understand, right? It's too bad. Market's too bad right now. No volumes. All right, guys. Okay. So all sideways. Bigger time frame sideways. Smaller time frame all sideways. All right. Okay. So that's all, guys. Have a good time. Take care. Happy weekends, right? Stay with your family. Enjoy with your family. Spend time with your family. Your time will come. That time you trade it. All right, guys. Don't try to aggressively find setups and get bashed off again and again. Trying to enter again, exit, just paying the taxes, fees, but getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. You are going to lose lots of money. All right. Again, the sideways money, sideways market. Right, guys. Okay. That's all. Have a good time. Spend time with the families. We'll come back energetic tomorrow, right? Hopefully, we get out from the sideways tomorrow and try to get some moves, right? Okay. No trades for today. All right. But in fact, I have given you certain points, right? Whereby the certain areas, right? Whereby we can plan some good setups, right? Okay, guys. So accordingly, you can plan it, right? Okay, guys. All right. So be careful. Bye bye. Signing off, Dragon. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye.